drama from screen to real life. The spicier the better. Girl, what's the tea is here with your spicy dose of chaos. Sprinkle with a little love. Girl, what's the tea is here with your spicy dose of chaos. Sprinkle with a little love. Hello, it's your girl, what's the tea? Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about the shit.
Fix your sound, mama. Fix your sound.
Y'all can't hear me?
You sound real muffled, boo.
Is it muffled?
Yeah,
What about now?
you was loud.
What about now?
Okay, you sound like a call girl.
Is it,
Yeah.
is it good
What
now?
about now?
Is it good now?
Close your mouth, Lamar. And this don't get
What
loud.
about now?
You still got
Yeah.
your titties up, so
Is it,
Come on,
loud
beat
work.
it on.
is it better?
Is it better?
Was that called Girl Six?
Girl,
The fact that we all know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, we old as hell. Oh my god.
exactly.
Oh my god.
What about
Let
now?
it Yeah.
Hi Insta. Hi Facebook. Hey YouTube. If anybody is my YouTube is back open and live, so you guys can always see. I already know Monique. When Monique comes to the YouTube, everybody gonna come to the YouTube. Hey Monique, I miss you. Monique, I'm gonna need your help on something. So later on, can you DM me this week? I need you. So, hi everybody. Miss Monica's back. I brought my people with me, and we got a special guest. So we're gonna talk some shit, and we're gonna talk about RTL. So I'm gonna put everybody so everybody can get that good old view. So we have Mr. Lamar from Ready to Love this season, and he's gonna come and help us. We're gonna talk about this last episode. I got DJ Smooth to my right, got Tamaj to my left.
Good.
And I know when I say this, when I go back and look at it, you guys actually be to the left and to the right. So it'll be all jacked up, but I am talking about how I see it on the screen. So don't judge me, people. And today is Sunday fun day
Yeah.
in the state of Texas. Everybody in this room is in the state of Texas.
Hey, already. Southern, baby.
Everything is big in Texas.
Outside so real.
Even Tamaj
What they
Boo.
say?
Hey. Southside the realest. Hey. What's up?
So, if you guys are joining, we are talking about RTL last episode when
Yes.
the girls met the family of the gentleman. No, I take that back. When the opposite, when the men met the family of the girls. So Smooth analyzes the show very well. So I'm gonna let her start this off. All right. And Lamar, you just keep up with us.
I'm keep up with you, man. Hey, I'm here.
You here? You in this shit? You in this shit with us?
I'm here. I'm ready. Let's ride.
Right,
Let's go.
Okay, so Smooth started out from the beginning. What are we talking about?
All right, so we starting with episode 11, where the ladies are starting to lock in with their final connections. They're coming back from the weird trip they had at the mansion, where Chaz had his emotional breakdown, his grabbing the pearls moment. So we have the ladies are bringing their.
I can't deal with this. I can't deal with it. It's too much for me.
You done?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. So we have the ladies bringing their connections to meet their family members. So the episode starts off, of course, in Tommy's lounge. The ladies are. You can see that there's tension because there's been a new development after in the connection arena after the the trip. So Laron has linked up to Maya strategically. Justin and Mika have developed this bond. We don't know where that came from, but we'll talk about it later. Chaz is finding himself in quite the conundrum. If you don't know what that means, please Google it because I'm not going to spell it. Or issue because he has a connection with Vanessa, which was one of his top connections initially. Now we have Patrice that has come into the scene as also she was connected. She connected with Alonzo, but she found this new connection with Chaz. And he's grown and he knows what he wants, but Alonzo's fun. So the episode starts off with Mika bringing Justin, which is one of the newcomers, to meet her dad.
Okay, let's stop there.
Okay. So let's talk about that.
Justin, Mika. I like the connection. What about you, Tamash?
It works. No pressure applied to me on either side. He's not rushing for no children. She's not rushing for someone to control and dominate. Their personalities seem to complement each other for now, from what we could see. So, it's easy on the eyes. It was surprising to see how that would go because everyone was wondering who she was going to come out from behind her shell with. So for her to come out with him, that says a few things, but it's interesting nonetheless.
What about you, Lamar?
Oh, I'm taking it in because I like to see. I know things, and so therefore,
yeah, we do too.
right. And so as
Yeah.
you watch the show and as you watch the episodes and see the connections,
Well, let me ask you then. Let me change it around. Looking at it as a viewer, taking out what you know. If you were a viewer and you were sitting there looking at it, how would that connection look to you?
It fits.
It fits.
It
does.
fits. Yeah, it fits. It looks good. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. Yeah,
The
I mean,
presentation.
to you. I mean, it worked. And, I know both of them. And they, part of their connection, it just looked good. Everything can always look good, but there's more to it. But it looks good. It's like that could be a connection, and that's something that I can see, possibly happening. Like I say, it looks good to me.
Beards do look good, don't they?
What? Say that again, ma'am.
I said beards do look good, don't they? If you know, you know. Beards look absolutely wonderful. Sometimes you have a little goatee. Sometimes you can let that beard just flourish and put some beard oil on it, massage it in there.
Drop in the comments what you're drinking.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm drinking out some Stella. What you guys drinking in the comments?
I'm pleading the fifth.
You ain't got to. I said what I said.
Okay, so I like the. Okay, so let's talk about the dad. Smooth. With you being like me, we're mature seasonal. How do you think that her dad approached the situation?
As he should have. He looked like he. Well, okay. He. I don't know where he's from, but you can tell him and the outside get along real well. Right?
Yes.
Like he don't mind going in the back, shooting about 4 or 5 squirrels, cleaning them and frying them is what I'm saying. Or catching some frogs and frying up some frog legs. He's not the one to go to Kroger or Tom Thumb or supermarket if you hungry for some. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He don't mind cutting up some coon and that's or a couple of trout, But I understand every father. Let me correct myself. Some fathers, most fathers, are very protective over their children. And you can see that she's a daddy's girl. I don't think he pressed Justin enough to get Justin's true intentions. I could tell Justin was nervous, like he needed a Xanax or something. But to find out that they have, that I think her dad started to ease up a little bit when he found out, okay, he's a country boy from Mississippi, but just because he's from what that means, you know what I'm saying? So Mika settled down just a little bit because they had something in common, and she's like, well, I think they, gonna go fishing soon. Girl, well, hold on, y'all have a age gap that you're concerned about. He says he doesn't. He's not. He never said he didn't want kids. What he said was he's not in a rush to have children. See, when you put words in between in the middle of a sentence, you gotta listen to the whole sentence. He never said he didn't. Mika said she didn't want to have any more kids. So as a grown woman
but
with two
she
kids
said later on,
age gap, she don't want no more. She's done. It's a wrap.
Made it very clear. Made it
she
very
made it clear, but I do remember her saying with him later on
that ain't what
that she would consider it with the right guy.
Consider, hold on, see, and there you go. You're not listening to the word you put in the middle. She said consider, not will have, gonna have, about to have. Consider. A consideration is good as a thought. It come and it go.
True.
That's a t-shirt. But look.
Message. Message. So what do you think, Tamash?
Oh, pick apart, girl. Pick apart. Besides the fact that
him and the dad in the conversation.
You know what? I thought that was his daddy. You know what I'm saying, for a split, because they almost favor for a certain bit to me. But you know, I agree with Smooth as far as the father. I did, and it's quite trending actually. About 600 people on it right now in certain groups, and so a lot of people are wondering if that's where her attraction is to Justin, out of familiarity. They're both for Southern men. They both have a certain type of sway, so that is actually it. Now, I don't think overall that Justin is really as I couldn't expect him to do anything more than what he's already done, and he's not as vocal to me anyway. Like, he just kind of says things. He has his own way of speaking and his own way of flowing. So he's just not a pressed. I wouldn't expect to have a thorough conversation with him. I wouldn't expect him to stand 10 toes down with Daddy and get more, assertive. I would just expect him to do exactly what he did and kind of call and response type situation. Uh, that more gentle approach, I guess. I don't know. But as far as them two together, that to me is what makes it interesting, because I don't know her relationship with her father. Because even though us women are close with our fathers, or some of us are, whatever, that doesn't necessarily mean the dynamic is healthy. That doesn't mean that somebody's not dominating something. We don't know what type of daughter that she was to him, what kind of man he was to her that has her like this, as far as what her perception may be. So I can't, her father may be the type of father that's going to, of course, be protective and everything else, but he may not genuinely get involved in her affairs like that. He may not be that type of front guy. So I'm not going to put more weight on it just because he's a father. I'm not going to put all this extra because of that. I just think that time will tell, especially future wise, once all this is over, how it looks. How I would be interested in the dynamic between them, and I wonder if any father courts are going to play a part in that.
So I want to ask our guest of honor, our co-host. So if you would have stayed in the process a little longer, knowing that Mika does not want any kids, she's super fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you have pursued her as one of your connections? You can answer it yes or no.
No, I double back. I don't know if they showed that. Yeah, I double back. After I got up, because we speed dating, well, obviously I got to go meet everybody else and see the connection. And you saying you don't want to have kids, she did nothing wrong to me.
Yeah.
Told me what I needed to know. And I was like, it was nice to meet you. Yeah. It was nice to meet you, because obviously I'm looking for that. If it's a possibility, we can talk about anything. But when you tell me that ain't what I want, well, I guess we can't talk about nothing. There's a lot of things I don't want either. I might not like your lasagna or your green beans. You know what I'm saying? But you might make it with some bacon this time. I don't know. But we can talk about you fixing your green beans. You know what I'm saying? So be open for discussion on things, and cutting that off early. Kids is a big thing. It's like financial, kids, all these things are big things in relationships, and so when you talk about that, even you think a lot of men have a whole bunch of kids and stuff. Even if they do, they love their children. Some do. Everybody in my circle do. They got children. They take care of their kids, you know. And so when you do, you want to have them. Men want to have children. They want to leave something here when they leave. And so when you say that, you know, you don't want to just leave a bank account or for who? You know, you want to leave a legacy for who? And so when you say that to someone, it's just like, okay, I'm already where I need to be. Okay, maybe I'm not where you need to be, you know, where I need to be with you, whatever it may be. But then I double back because she's fine. Yeah, she's fine.
But wait a minute, you want more kids?
I don't have any.
You don't have any? How old are you?
Different.
Yes. I said that. That's why I said I left. She's fine. Yeah, I was like,
how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I am 43. I'll be 44 this year. Yeah.
So you still want to meet someone to have
kids at any time, man. You know, I've had some.
But men can, men.
The men can, right? Men. So you got
women can too, but it's not the riskiest. Risque.
Man, if Robert De Niro can have a baby at 80, I don't want to hear shit.
Everybody, what I'm saying is, it's
Look it up. He just had a baby.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's less risque for a man than a woman.
It is.
Here's the thing, but check this out. This is another thing. I don't think why Mika and Justin, because her oldest son is 18. Justin is in his 30s. That's not that much more. That's not that much more older than her oldest son. So what kind of relationship y'all gonna have? How you gonna tell him what to do? He grown.
That's the realities of dating. That's the realities of dating today. That's where it's at today.
But don't I can't. My son is 23, and so if I bring home and if I date somebody 40, my son is grown. My son he shouldn't have to tell him nothing.
No. But see, my oldest son is 31. If I married again and me and my husband in the house, and my husband ask my son to take the trash out, and my son turn around, I ain't taking no fucking trash out, I'm grown. You and your grown ass along with the trash can get the hell out.
Yeah, but you didn't let me finish. What I'm saying is, at this point, this is where women make mistakes with their grown kids, especially their grown man kids, is that they don't prepare their grown men to go out into life. Now, just for say, like me, for instance, I never thought I was going to be a widow at 42, right? But I am. I have a grown man son that lives with me, but I'm preparing him to go out into life on his own before I bring another man into my home for them to bump heads. People set their kids up and their men up for failure when they do that. Just like you're saying, if he's grown and your new man come in and say, hey, dude, take the trash out, and he talks smack, then you tell him, you take trash out, you get out, then mama wrong because mama choosing sides. So guess what? Let's not us as women put ourselves in that situation and prepare our grown men sons to go out into the world.
Miss Monica, can I interject real quick? Ask you a question. At a certain age, he shouldn't even be there anyway. I mean, at 31, he visited.
Yeah, you just said it. There you go. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's life. So
but what I'm saying is,
but if he does say it, he's going to respect your house.
Exactly.
Depending, just respecting your house. And if he says that to you, I guess that man felt like he had the authority to tell you to do that. If you 31, 23, 25, maybe it's something been said. It just depends. Now, if you're in high school, 17, 16, that's different. Now you're blending in the household. So I think it's different because he's already grown. So therefore he visiting. If he's not visiting, he going by every rule because it's the rules. It's been a rule since you were born.
What I'm saying is that's where we as women make the mistake that we don't prepare our boys to go out into the world and be visiting and not staying with us. We don't do that. We you know what they do? They turn around and say, oh, you're the man of the house. See, I don't play that. Like, if men come to my house and tell because I got 2 boys, if they say, oh, you the man in the house, no, I don't have a man in my house. I have a woman. They can go be men in their own home, because we start telling them that, and then these boys be thinking that they are daddies, and then they are men, and then they I don't play that. So before I bring another man into my house, my 23-year-old is going to be out on his own, living his best life. And then that's when I'm opening myself up for a new relationship, because I'm not going to set my man or my son up for failure. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, but I think you're misconstruing the point. the point is we were talking about Justin and Mika, and I said because of Justin's age and the age of her oldest son, I think that is also going to be a barrier to having a secure relationship. And then I also went to say that I don't agree with women not preparing their male children to enter the world, because I have 3 boys, all of which are grown over the age of 20. They can cook, clean, wash clothes. They know how to clean the house. They know how to change the tire. They know how to change their oil. They know how to pay bills. Now, with it, and they know to contact me in the utmost of emergencies. Because other than that, I'm going to say, well, what the hell with your money? So
we're not talking about seasoned women like you.
First of all, I'm not.
Well, I mean,
First of all, I'm not a damn.
I'm talking about.
Okay.
I am talking about.
Let me gather her right quick, cause see, she get a little angry.
Look, let me interject here on this here for you get the slicing after you.
Hold on, let me gather her like my
Let her
grandmother.
Let her get it out.
No, it's not to get it out. I'm gonna gather your ass like my grandmother's robe, because you
gather me.
I'm going to gather you. Oh, don't worry.
Y'all make me want to smoke. This definitely.
Wait for a second. So, first of all, let me get you to understand something.
See what I'm saying?
I'm 50. First of all, and when I'm walking next to these little pissy, excuse me, musty, excuse me, misty. Hold on, I'm finding. Hold on.
Daddy.
No. Selectively unhygienic women and men. Let me say that again. Let me say that again for the church. Can I get amen? Selectively unhygienic men and women. Okay? If that's you, turn your blue on. I don't give a shit. But listen, I look younger than a lot of these selectively unhygienic men and women that are in their 20s and 30s, because what they're doing in their 20s and 30s, I had no concept of doing. So I could be seasoned, I could be fried, laid, and died to the side. I promise you, at 50, when I want to do it, I'm gonna do it. See, they sleeping on air mattresses. I have 2 paid for cars. We not okay, and that's because when I was in my 20s and 30s, I was taught by my father. You know what I'm saying? At an early age, hey, make sure you pay your bills, then you go party. These kids these days are not getting those life lessons. So
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking.
You put it on the right season. I'm Tony Shastri's, okay? Not Larry's, okay? And you're gathered.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is I guess I should have said it.
You did.
Mothers of certain generations don't prepare like we prepare. And that's what I'm saying. So then when you catch a man like Lamar that goes into a relationship, most of the time, if he going into a relationship at his age 43, unless he dates younger women, and she has a son like my son age, your because you got grown men, your grown men ages, then those are the things that he will have to consider on how's the mother, like how did she raise them, like am I gonna come in competition with her boys? So I understand what you're saying with Justin and Mika, that might be a thing, so we're just gonna wait and see, because I know we all got some behind the scene tea, like Lamar know all the tea, and we got a lot of tea that we know what's going on behind the scenes. We're gonna leave it.
Say the word beard. The beard looks good. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
Man, look.
What y'all drinking in the comments? Go ahead and drop your drink.
I want to say one thing on that. We're talking about a single, which I came from a single mother home, so we're talking about a single mother.
Yes.
Right? But that doesn't mean, because I coached for 15 years. Yeah, they say I was a coach, entrepreneur. Yeah, I have a business, and I coached 15 years. High school football, basketball, I did all that. Talked about all that. So sometimes that mentor might not be a dad. You might just get something from that uncle or something like I did in my life. And so whatever you learn, the mother puts that on, but she can. And I said it before, that it's hard for a woman to raise a man, because she ain't no man, and so she's a black woman or white woman or whatever.
That's it.
Right. And so she don't know how to be, but she can give you the tools and you get out there and get it and you go find that. And I think that's what the powerful Black woman is to these single parent homes is give him the tools, give him the resources to be a successful Black man in America.
Yeah.
See, I think a lot of people are looking at, like, I have a perspective of the show. I don't, entertainment or not, edited or not. We all know someone that fits one or, each person and or a couple that end up on the show. I look at this like they took a scoop and went in and said scoop and pulled up people. And this is what we have in this sample of season 9. And when it comes to Mika, a lot of people put a high, I made a comment because I have my view about how I feel about putting children too much weight on anything, no matter what the topic is, just because of some things that you may connect on. Yeah, he's a teacher, or yeah, he's a PE coach or whatnot, and yes, he does deal with children. That doesn't necessarily mean that just because he's like that, that makes him a great candidate to be with your children. Because see, that's a job, and he can always leave and go home, and he don't deal with those children. But when you're coming into the capacity of someone that has a relationship, that's a whole different type of weight. So this to me is one of those nuggets that we as a community have to look at and say, you know what? This is what dating with children of a certain age, like what Smooth was saying, she got a older teenage son that's just 8 or so years younger, from the man that she's dating. That is something that in their relationship she will have to secure with whomever she's dating, to explain the dynamic, to have that conversation as a unit as it progresses, like, hey, whether he's visiting or not, his presence and his, access to my life is going to bleed over in here. So that's something that we have to just take note of. We can compound it all day with, who needs to do what and this and get outs and that. But a lot of that really, the flow and the success of some of these hard topics start with us communicating very transparently where things is at. That's why for me, you shouldn't bring the children around it, or you need to be open with your children, and you shouldn't really be, until you narrow down or lock on the person that you're going to be with. You don't really need to be trafficking this your uncle, this person, because now you're creating an abuse of that door.
We're gonna move past this, but I'm gonna say this one thing.
Oh no, I just had to say my balance thing. That's it.
I'm gonna say this. Let me tell you something. My 10-year-old, he understands that we are dating. He understands that.
That's it. Communication.
I understand what people be saying. Well, I don't let so and so meet my kids till we done dated 100 fucking years. No, I need for my son to understand we're dating. It ain't nobody's uncle. He ain't. Oh, I don't believe.
That's right. Right. That's right.
This nigga here. Your mama is probably thinking about. Do you like him? Do he look like? Is he all right? Because if my son says, I don't feel that, mama, then guess what? We might not have to. We can't.
See, as a unit, as a unit, and that's communication.
I wanna say this one thing. Hold on, Smooth. Let me say this one thing. We're gonna move to the next, but let me say this one thing. Mm-hmm. I'm a true believer. That girl said she don't want no kids. That man don't have no kids. Guess what? That's a disaster waiting to happen, because at the end of the day, people will hold grudges for things that they said they put to the side because you did not want them. But they really, in their mind, really do want them. So I'm not finna date a man that truly has told me that he wants kids, knowing that I don't want to have kids. Just because he said, oh, I like you though, so I don't have to. It's not a big deal. It is a big deal because that's the first thing you told me, is that you wanted kids. Right. Now it's not a big deal because you like me. So guess what? We're not doing that. Okay?
No, real talk.
First of all, Justin is a people pleaser, and not to give him any more screen time, because we talked at length about.
No, y'all talking at length. Goddamn.
Oh, I was looking at the number of minutes while you was talking, so don't do that. So I think he's a people pleaser, and I think that he's a square trying to fit in a circle. Because who wants to be on a Ready to Love show, a dating show, with nobody to love?
Okay, let's move to the next move. What was the next thing? What was next? What was next?
All right, so then we move on to Mr. Chaz himself. The next scene starts off with Vanessa. She meets up with her sister. Not gonna talk about the missing teeth on the side. We're just gonna get into it. So Vanessa and her sister meet up with Chaz, and her sister asks some really poignant questions of Chaz. And I study body language, right? Psychology or whatever. And you're taught when the eyes shift to the left, which is the right, brain hemisphere. That means your brain is searching for something to say. It's looking for a lie. It's looking for something that can get them off of you, right? So I saw his eyes shift a lot, and what really kind of I already was looking at him sideways anyway from the process. But when Vanessa's sister asked her, well, how many more connections do you have? He said 11. There's only 10 ladies in the process though.
Girl,
So
we know it. No,
me thinking no, but I'm just okay. So I'm gonna link a couple of things together. So first of all, he got caught sending a copy and paste text to all the ladies on the
Mm-hmm.
right, which is a
Yep.
very childish thing to do. You didn't even try to change the verbiage to each lady. You copied and pasted the same good morning text to each woman, right?
Good
Hence
morning,
why Vanessa,
beautiful.
she doesn't feel special. She doesn't feel chosen. She feels a part of your options. So when a man makes a woman feel like an option, but in her mind she's a selection, it's never gonna work. T-shirt. Um. So when the
Message.
sister so the sister kept going. Now, they did the recap with Vanessa, and she didn't really. Her and Chaz had they had a separate date, which was real weird because they all up under the table holding hands. Real weird. What you everything you doing is showing the world that this lady is a secret. And then you're really good at gaslighting. Like his gift of gab is great, even with the little bitty teeth on the side. It's great because he's very manipulative and he knows what to say to. I'm not gonna say Vanessa is weak minded, but she's easily influenced by what he says because from day one he's been her number one. But we
Okay.
on episode 11, and now he's had connections with all 10 women. Make it
And
make sense.
Lamar, make it make sense. What do you think about this? Because my thing of the matter is that why I have to be a secret. And she said that. She says that when we're by ourselves and alone, everything is wonderful. But when we're with everyone else, it's like, no, I'm invisible and I have all these options. So, as you being a man,
Yes.
tell me, what does that look like on the man's side? Why would a man do that?
Well, I think he's making it very clear. His options are open. He's very clear with you. Um, just me, based off being on the show, when I talked to Vanessa, and I know I came in tough. But I just want to see because I want to break all that. We speed dating, like I said. So keep it real, keep it 100. So he kept it 100 with her. Even if he messed up and said how many women, whatever, you know who you liking. If you like them, you like them. Whatever it is. So I don't think that Chaz was wrong. He just keeping it real. He's like, I'm still open, but I'm feeling you. You know what I'm saying? I'm liking you, but it's still options. And I think that she knows that it's options. But if you're dating and you're meeting family members and you're doing all that, it's still there's some connection that you got to feel. And if someone is saying that, you seeing it, he's basically telling you something that we don't know. That whatever they have, their connection is not really might not be meshing, and it might be meshing. But the thing is, they like each other, obviously. And so, but I think as a man, he's being very clear. What he's saying, hey, I'm sending you this, I'm sending you that, I'm sending. He's being clear. You didn't think he knew that was gonna get around? Yeah, you didn't think that people was gonna discuss that? Yeah, that's gonna be discussed as y'all chilling in with the lounge with Tommy and wherever you at, and how y'all talking on your text feed. You don't think that? Oh, he sent that. He knew what he was doing.
I agree.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing. So I don't think that. Me personally, I don't think he did nothing wrong. I think he was very clear. So if you don't like that, if you feel like because to him, he like hey,
He's working the process. You know
hey,
what I'm saying? This is
He wrong. I just feel like from day one, and I think she sold herself short. That we see this a lot on a lot of seasons during with this show that they have the initial mixer and they lock in on one person and they negate every other are trying to make a connection anywhere else. So when we come to episode 11, now you blinking because now you looking kind of crazy. You looking a tad bit obsessive and possessive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think
And I
Chaz
think that
also
she
has
I think that
a
she
level of
shouldn't have done it.
responsibility. Yeah, she messed up. I mean, I
She
don't.
missed the
I mean,
opportunity of getting to know someone else when he was getting
right,
to know all 10.
And
right.
that's the silver lining with this process,
Mm-hmm.
because that again is what we deal with in today's dating world. You have some people that you can say something to, and I know people that when you go out on one date, they immediately think you're together, and
Yes.
you may just be talking, and just trying to get to know them, and by the time you leave, they already know the names of the children, how many of them they gonna have, what their name gonna sound like, everything planned out on both sides, men and women. That's my queen, grand rising, and boom, and they nonstop, and they may not have, and that's it's a two-way street. So on Chaz's side, my opinion, like I said before, even though it may have came off however it did, because we really didn't see all this moving around until that mansion episode. So, considering that he's in the process, he does have options. He could have easily done what some men do, where they're like, hey, this might be the one. I might really like Vanessa, but I'm also exposed to the process. I'm still here. So let me just see what happens. And we'll see if she's still around standing after the storm. If it's really real, if what's meant for you is meant for you, then it'll be there. All of this, that could truly have been his free logic. Is that okay? From a certain perspective, no, if you haven't communicated fully what it is. But also on Vanessa's side, because there's two people involved, you can't just jump at the first thing saying. You can't just land like, you can't just squeeze and hold to the first train ride,
Mhm.
and
I agree.
that kind, and you have to understand, live, learn, and grow with that. Like, you know what? Maybe that is an area that I'm just really vulnerable and gullible, susceptible to in the beginning. I really like people strong. And what I need to do is create some barriers for myself so that I don't. So we see episode 2, they holding hands and footsies and shit. I mean, they already, patty caking and everything's all kumbaya. And immediately everyone was like, that's our couple, that's them. So just looking at that, we already know the conversations behind the scene. We
But
already know all the
this,
butter.
this
But
is the thing about that. Every season that happens. And every season you might get it might work for some couples because they lock in
yes,
together. And then
right,
you might get something like this one. Chaz
right,
was ready to lock in. Chaz was having fun. He was doing the
right. He
podcast.
wants to see, you know what I'm
He
saying?
wanted to
Yeah,
see what ticked over there, what
what his
time
options
over
were.
here. But Vanessa was she put on the sauce. Well, I'm just gonna sit here and wait. My thing gonna matter is when you when you do that, you expect to get what you get. You might get egg put in your face because you didn't communicate that with that man. That man didn't communicate that he was doing the same thing with you. I do
Correct.
know some couples that communicated that they are all both locked in and they stayed locked in. But if your match did not communicate with you and you locked in, but he's saying that he's locked in with all 10, then that's a problem. So then you look like you got egg on the face. Now, what I don't like is that I think Chaz is not ready to love nobody. Me personally, as of watching him, not through the cuts and this and that, because
Right.
they can only cut what you give them. You giving them
Correct.
a lot. So the emotional side of him is showing me that he's not ready. Not because of the show, it's because of what's happening now as we are watching
Yeah.
this. He's showing us that, hey, I really wasn't even ready for none of this, and let me just do me and figure out what Chaz got going on, because he's too emotionally involved with what's going on now as we are watching as viewers. And that's the scary part to me about you're really not ready. Lamar, I'm gonna put you an example, right? We don't even hear nothing about you. You don't come on there, you don't talk about nothing, you don't say nothing, you ain't clapping back, you just doing your thing, you about your business, you're going on by life. That's the difference. You can tell when a man is not emotional ready, because he's not emotional ready for what's going on. But after we're watching, he's watching, and so now he's in attack mode. So now he's all in the comments. He's clapping back. He's saying this. He's trying to defend himself when he really don't have to. It was a show. We get
Yeah,
it.
stand by what you did. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
Stand
you.
on it.
Stand on it.
You know, if I can say that, I think that based off me knowing both individuals, I don't know Vanessa that well as I know Chaz. Going from the show as being a cast member, they fit. You know what I'm saying? Based off of Vanessa's past and how the ethnicities of men and the cultures that she's dealt with, it fits because Chaz has that personality that probably will fit to what she's used to. Just how she's kind of reserved and things of that nature. But Chaz probably doing what he do. I think that how they put that together, how they mix it, I can see them trying to make something work in a connection.
Yeah,
it makes sense to me.
I agree. I think they actually make a great couple. Me personally, I think they make a great couple.
Me knowing talking to Vanessa, no, I don't like you to preserve. I want you to wild out with me sometime, just to see if you would, not that we got to do that, but I want you to scream or do something,
Right. Yeah, be a human.
Yes, I just want you to let me see it.
Like she seems always flight attendant mode. You know what I mean? To me, she's always in flight attendant.
She's just who she is, and that is for someone else who's appreciated. She don't want to jump in the hot tub naked, Lamar. Okay, it's okay.
No, it's a question to see where you at. You know the song.
Everybody ain't for everybody, and somebody is for somebody.
Look, her turn up is for real. So we ain't gonna dare underestimate her ability to turn. But right, we know that she got the turnup.com. But I like I say, for me, I can see how it's easy for her. I can see how it's easy for her to fall into a comfort line of flight attendant mode. Because that's I'm not dogging it because it's her career, but it's easy. It's kind of like someone that works customer service. When they go anywhere and speak, you can hear, you've worked customer service before, or someone that's a cop, you can kind of hear that cop, or military, with us. But so with her, it's like her default is, well, I'm ultimately flight attendant, so let me just, but to me, those, like Monica said, everybody ain't for everybody. It's all compatibility, but. Right. The only thing I have with them two, as far as with Chaz and Vanessa, because to me, that the process works those type of bonds out. When they start out strong in the beginning, it's always nice to watch that process because they may be rocking tough, and then all of a sudden get to a certain point. Like last season, everybody loved Aries and Phil. They was like, oh my God, Aries and Phil are amazing. But then we got down to episode 9, 10, 11, when we got to talking about income and career and certain things, and it was like, okay. And then some people were surprised to see at the end how that went. So with him and her, my only issue with Chaz is outside of everything else, because he's doing technically what he's supposed to do, and like you said, Smooth, she kind of bit the bullet and missed that train by reserving herself early on. Lesson learned on both sides. But I don't like people that try to play you on something that they know. Like, don't play nobody crazy. Don't play her crazy because she's responding to what you've been feeding. I don't like that. Like, don't lead me to something and now all of a sudden you try to hurry up, wash your hands like you don't know what the hell. So in that whole dialogue back and forth where he was like, you're just too possessive, you're just too this. And I'm like, baby, you've been feeding that machine nonstop. And now that it's circled around to her and she brings it to you, accountability is supposed to come out. This was your time to kind of remind her of where we at. Like, listen, I'm not fucking anybody at the same time. I'm just trying to put it to you. We are in a process. Like, there was other ways instead of trying to make it seem like she's crazy, because now you're entering into gaslight zone. And that is where a lot of my trigger is. And I think that happens in today's relationships. People start out a certain way. They take you at value, like Vanessa, and people like that have Chaz-like type personalities of flow. They prey on that. Hey, she my bottom. She ain't going nowhere. And then as soon as something come out and then she hold accountable, now you play her like she crazy. Or him.
I definitely think that's what's going on with him. Well, let's
so that's it.
On into Patrice and Chaz, because Chaz got a lot going on. So come on, start us off, Miss Mo. What are we doing with this connection that I don't really even understand it, but maybe you can help me.
Well, let's call on him, because Jesus Lord. Okay, so
come on, somebody.
So I think that Patrice had seen Chaz from a surface level. Like, he looked good. He's, if you look at her ex, he's kind of in the same skin tone range. He's on his grown man. And when she talks to him, she gets that serious side of, well, what do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years? She gets a seemingly, because I don't make assumptions, seemingly straightforward answer. Whereas when she talks to Alonzo, he said, I just want to go with the flow. Boy, so I get it. She's in one of them situations where if she could put them both together to make one, that would be her perfect man, right? But in reality, you're not gonna get that. You know what I'm saying? Because like,
what they find let me get that mixture where you can mix people up and make a whole.
That's some cloning type of stuff going on, Yeah. So in the episode, Patrice brings Chaz to meet her brother. And now why this conversation hadn't happened prior to is beyond me. I'm not talking about the conversation between the brother, Patrice, and Chaz. I'm talking about them delving into the fact that Chaz has a sizable family, right? But he's not close with any of them. So if that was a point of contention or something that we must talk about, because there was an episode for non-negotiables. Where was this conversation at? Because this was not brought to the forefront until Chad sat down in front of her brother. So
that's the thing. I'm going to cut you out, but I want to ask you a question right there. When they was going through their non-negotiables, was he even on her list? Like, did they go out?
Exactly. Nowhere.
Okay. That's what I thought. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. When she first saw him, it was very surface level. And then on the trip, she decided, I don't know what snapped in her brain to say, I want to throw myself in the hat with Chaz, because he, again, now once she did that is when most of the cans was open, because when they were sitting outside getting ate up by them bugs, because they were by the water. I mean, we gotta be 100. So when everybody was sitting outside after he departed, right? Rashina felt some type of way that Chaz did not communicate with her how he was feeling or why he was leaving, right? But he communicated that his issues with Patrice because he felt safe with Patrice. So in the midst of them having that moment, Rashina all of a sudden, right then, Rashina was in her feelings because she felt like, hold on, me and you was the connection, not you and Patrice. So why are you talking to her? Right? And Vanessa was in her feelings because him and Patrice had that moment with the strawberry.
No, that was Rashina and the strawberry.
Right.
Vanessa. See, Vanessa was mad that he had connections with everyone.
Right. I think okay.
I think that they had a connection with him.
Vanessa was upset because remember I told you when she was standing in that plate glass door with that blanket. When? Where have you been? Nobody. Yeah, that was her moment.
Yeah.
So from that, I don't know how all of a sudden Patrice came into the mix, but she threw herself in the hat and was not rejected. And see, I expected to be like, hold on, I got enough on my plate. Let's be friends. No, he did not. He was like, come on to the Chaz train too, all aboard.
Listen, I really think that everybody saw up front him and Vanessa. Like, you could tell up front, I think, who people was vibing it with after a while. And I think that behind the scenes, he doing all his feeding. Now you all in the mansion. And just hypothetical, let's say all of us three, have met Lamar and Lamar was vibing with Monica and that was his day one. Me and Smooth like, okay, so we see what's going on. Okay. And I'm like, you know what? And we see that and respectfully move around. And all of a sudden, me and Smooth get a text Like 4 weeks later, bloop, good morning, bloop, good morning. And so
Beautiful.
it
Beautiful.
just kind of, now all of a sudden we building this report in text mode. We know y'all, whatever, so we know y'all official as far as the process, but now we looking like, oh, I didn't even know I was on your radar. So now we get to the mansion, everybody's looking to cash in or to put that input with that and see what's up. And that to me is what everybody was seeing. Rashina must have had. Now I'm not trying to throw my history out there, but I'm just gonna say I understand some game and then some. Wrote half of the book, so I got it. When you feeding that mule, baby, everybody that got a paycheck gonna come in the cash. So by order of reaction, we already know that's why Vanessa was bucking because she definitely was front row of it the longest. Now we see Rashina kind of like, what the hell? So that mean that him and her must have had some conversation a little bit more than what him and the others, the other 9 or 10 that he say. So Patrice, so that's why I think we're seeing all this late blooming because now he's like, hey, well, let's see if there's an interest. Like he's working with a certain deck of cards that society um, cashes in on off the top. We have some colorism things going on. We have what people perceive as handsome and all of this, and what people perceive as success and blah, blah. He could be a total damn bum. But the fact that he looks the way that he looks, some people play into that and allow certain graces where they shouldn't be. I'm going to just cut the shit and be real. And so that's, it doesn't matter. He could say, I don't have nowhere to live and I don't have a job. The fact of how he looks, some people will be like, it's okay because he's so fine. So he knows he can play that card because he's also confident in himself and aware of himself and what he has to bring even physically to a table. So when you sitting up here and you may find him attractive and then out of nowhere you getting a text, I mean, what do you expect? It's like popcorn up in there. Everybody's popping and reacting to the heat. So, right now he's created his own monster and added his own numbers. And so it's just what happens out there in the scene today. It's true game. It's what that happens.
But the issue is, and it's not even really an issue. So when Patrice's brother started to question Chaz, right? Because their brother sister dynamic is so tight, he automatically came on some, who is you and where you come from? Like what you got going on with my sister? Not in those words, but that was the air, right?
Right.
Chaz was immediately, and if you look at the episode, he was not trying to interact with the brother too much at all because the brother was the one bringing it. He was putting the trauma on her mother, because even Patrice was like, well, yeah, my mom was immediately smitten with Chaz because of how he looks. She wasn't listening to none of that slick shit that he wasn't saying. She didn't hear that, which is not an issue. I see her conflict, right? Because everybody wants to have fun, but when you can't cut the fun off, when we got to talk about bills and putting gas in the car and being the serious part of it, then like Alonzo shouldn't even be a contender to me.
But he has potential.
Fuck potential. Potential don't pay shit. Listen.
See, I hear what you're saying, but I'm just saying potential.
Motherfucker on doing the 4x4 crossing, and you put what leg they on. You got the potential to run the second leg. You got the potential to run the third leg, but you ain't the nigga to run the anchor. You feel me? So
may not be, but you got potential. See, that's the twist to me.
This is 2024. Yep. Nobody got no time to put no batteries in no backs. Going to build a nigga, trying to goddamn get this man.
But you said it, but that's today's scene.
No, that's not much. It's for today's thing for some, not for no grown woman. Not for no grown woman.
And
you're not hearing what I'm saying. You just jumping off the fact that I'm saying it. No. What I'm saying is I don't see no logical. I'm 42. I may be the baby out this bunch, but I am 42, and I would not, because I'm not at that place where I definitely. I agree 1,000 that he does not come off their dynamic to be compatible at all. We as older women can look and see immediately some of the things that highlight that would be an attraction as far as having fun and all of that there. But if you stand in between Chaz, who has all of that, but he just needs to like you say earlier, mix them together and all of that there. Well, I know some people that say, like that are with some Alonzos, and because they have potential, They don't mind waiting to groom or put in or whatever you want to call it to a man like that than deal with a Chaz.
Okay, so let
And,
me
and you
explain
know,
something to you. Let me explain something to you. When you are a businesswoman and you have
yes,
grown kids and you have already put your time and energy in other men and help build them. When you become a
that's
certain age,
right.
you don't trying to build nobody else. She want to
You're
have
not trying
fun
to.
with him. But then in the back of her mind, she's thinking that she doesn't want to grow old. So to
Right.
Chaz looks like the ideal package, but Chaz is not right here ideal because Chaz, this is his first time being in a room full of women that he can pick because he's
Mm-hmm.
not that type of dude. He went to college. He did what he had to do. He
Yeah.
made it for himself, and he looks like he's kind of a loner. So now you put him in a room full of all these asses and titties, and y'all
Mm-hmm.
thinking he gonna pick one
They
random
shaking
person?
his shit.
No.
Yes, bitch.
Well, maybe that was my problem, man. They put me in the room for.
I, look, listen. I said that shit.
I got a degree. I had a career. I did all that. And you put me
Yeah.
in the room, and they coming out.
Then you expect for somebody to be like, "Oh, I'll pick you first." No, I'm picking
No.
18 right now, and now
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
drained because I'm not used to this, and I didn't think this was
Yes.
gonna be this hard. So let me just go back to my cute little house apartment or whatever he lives in, because wherever he stays in, it looks like it's really nice. Let me go there and take a break from y'all. It's nice. I can tell he got that paper. He like, fuck
Oh.
this shit. I'll just be rich and get me a bitch and just send her home the next day.
I want to tap in on that because Chaz is a good dude.
Go ahead.
Yes.
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't got no beef with nobody. You know what I'm saying? On none of the cast members, regardless of what they say, whatever it is, I don't be into that, man. I got things to do. So my thing is, I have no beef. I don't care about none of that. That's high school type of stuff. So my thing is, you do what you do. You know, I coach high school kids. You act in high school. Come on. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to know, yeah, I've been married. I went through things. So people that go through things, so like you were right. Like you were right about maybe he ain't been around that. So he's moving like he moved.
Exactly.
And I think everybody's moving like they move.
That's it.
How they move. Like when I move, they can portray how you move to look certain ways, but it's still how they move.
Yeah.
That's just it. Because it's being consistent. Like if I was here longer, it'd be consistent. Maybe I might start vibing with somebody else and kind of coming down because now I'm kind of trusting you now because I'm trying to feel it you now. But if you see consistency from someone and I know y'all talking about it, then it's consistent. I think everybody's really being honest of who they are.
Right.
That's now if you don't see the comparison being viewers, you might not see it, but everybody's being consistent, you know.
I can tell they being who they are.
Yeah, they are.
That's just it. But the thing about it is when you're on TV and you're being who you are, don't get mad when it's cut because you still said it. You still
say it. Yeah.
Said it. Even if it's switched, even if it's changed. That's why I always go back to him getting emotional and leaving. Too much for him.
Yes.
He don't got time for that. Yeah. I'ma tap out. Bye. Y'all can have this one. I'll catch y'all next.
And that communicated something to the public as well.
He's not ready for that. Now smooth. Let's move on to the next.
That was him. I think that was him though.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right,
First of all, let me say this. Just because you apply for reality TV doesn't mean you meant for reality TV.
And it doesn't mean you go.
Well,
you can say no.
Okay, that's pretty much what I'm saying. But a lot of people don't understand the complexities of reality TV because they're the viewer. So being on the other side of the camera where you have a camera crew, you have a production team for each cast member or 2 to 3 cast members, you know, Tommy is not the boss. So he gets his he has an in-ear in, so he's getting direction from the tower as well. So there's a lot of moving pieces that you're not privy to. So if it's your first time being on reality TV or any kind of TV or networking type of show, you don't get it. Ain't no class, ain't no prep class to get you ready for, people when they come in the comments and they find your IG or they're blogging or doing, recapping and giving their honest opinion. There's no preparation for that other than you have to have a strong, a strong, mindset, because people gonna say what they say. You either let it get to you, which I think Chaz allowed the pressure to get to him, and he broke a little bit. And you can also see that in his reactions. The Chaz who we met initially was a lot more open than Chaz on season on episode 11, meaning that now he's not, his spirit is not broken, but he's definitely walled up a little bit and he's pulled back significantly, and you can see that in like he cares, but he kind of don't care, and that's okay. But he's not communicating that, you know what I'm saying, because he don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. He wants, everybody to get along and sing kumbaya. In reality, that's not how it's gonna go, because you pulling back is actually hurting people's feelings. But we're gonna move on. So the spiciest part of episode 11 pans to Maya and Laron, which is our newest couple, formed from the from William, being kicked off. We'll get into that later. And a conspiracy being exposed by Laron at the mansion. So Maya and Laron, according to Laron, he's always wanted Maya. I don't know when that was about, but we're gonna let him go with that. Godspeed. They decided to form their connection and see where it goes. In this particular episode, Laron and Maya, Mika, and a couple other of the cast, Jonathan, went to a place called Lava. And Laron, according to him, went to the bathroom and came back, and Maya was wrapped up with another dude getting his number. He got mad, had another temper tantrum like he did in front of Koshia at the mansion, and stormed outside. Mika went to chase him. He had some very colorful language to refer to Maya. Now there's two versions. The version one was, fuck these bitches, I don't do this shit. Version two, fuck that bitch, I don't do this shit. Now, Ron said he didn't call Maya a bitch. Right? Now, production during his green screen asked him, did he call Maya a bitch? He said, yes, I did. Now let's go back to the episode. So Maya chose to protect Laron and did not tell Tommy what the issue was, but it definitely gave her a pause. Because she wanted to know, when you drink and you get angry, is this a habit? Like, is this what you do when you get mad at a woman? He said, I gotta work on that. I gotta work on that. So she still decided to give him a chance. And they are getting, well, I'm gonna say they. Folks are, I can't hear you, Monica. Folks are getting flamed.
I'm talking to my child. That's why I'm muted.
Folks are getting flamed in their respective opinions. He's upset with Mika because Mika, according to text messages, was his bestie. And a post that he made on Twitter that Mika was his bestie. And he said that Mika misconstrued the message and took it back incorrectly to Maya. Have at it. Go forth.
All right. Take it around the room. Lamar, we can start with you this time.
Yeah, man, because I'm gonna be short and sweet, man. I love just listening to. There's a lot of perspectives and things, and I like to see how people view things, and just based off what I know. I don't know everything.
We keep telling you this is not based off what you know. We basing
not,
off you as
it
a
is, but what I try to make my mind just knowing both parties. Laron does really like Maya, you know, and he based upon comments he really just he feeling her. Now, does she feel him? I don't know. You know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, based off what I'm
Stop, Monica.
how I'm watching it, I don't know. But he feeling her though, for sure. Does she?
Hella.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you know, I mean, he do. But when I'm seeing Maya and stuff, she was just like that because I know her just from me talking to her. She has that personality. She just kind of like it's soft spoken. And if she was, if she did get a number, I mean, if y'all were supposed to be the couple, I guess, you know, but maybe that was business deal. Maybe that, you know, I mean, you just don't know what it is. So I can't say that he was right for that. And I can't say he was wrong. I mean, maybe he just, you know, just feeling like that's not how he wanted his ladies to act.
His woman to be acting, right?
Yeah, right. And so, you know, it just that's how I see it. Because it could be so many different, like you say, it's TV, reality TV, what you were saying earlier, DJ. It was that you got to understand that you got cameras and then you got people talking and all this stuff and chatter and all this stuff. But if somebody really likes somebody, they feeling like that's my piece. You know what I'm saying? And so I think his moves was like, but was it a connection? Is it a connection? I mean,
see, and we don't know the private conversation that
we don't
them
know
two
the
have
private
had.
conversations,
You know
right?
what I'm saying?
Yeah, we don't know that.
So you know, I think now I you know I am very neutral from a certain perspective because I know about this show and I know other cast members and previous
Right.
casts that dealt with this personally.
Yeah.
So I already know what's up. But just in watching how this is developed, I again come from a safe, neutral place of how can we apply this to today's society. And back to what I said before, some people take things all the way. And I think that we're so accustomed to the woman doing it, like Vanessa, that we don't see when the man do it, like Laron. You know, it could have been anybody, you know, that she was talking to. And I even go as far as to say, hell, it could have been an ex. Maybe that was the first time that they linked up. All of that don't matter because you can have a 50,000 reasons. Okay, cool. But his reaction, why that triggered him, and all of that is what matters. Because whether it was a business deal or ex she ain't seen in a while, that happens when you go out. You know, so if you're the kind of person that has that kind of issue and is set off in that environment, that would be my flag, or as they call it today, flag, or my observation that I would be like, okay, this is an area that's sensitive to him, where he may not be the kind of man that want his woman around, moving around like that. And coming from, you know, my age bracket and all that, this new society will have a problem with that because there's so much independence.com going on to where can't nobody say nothing, do nothing, this, unless you tag and say that. People are not accustomed to how some things work, where the man went and did all the roaming, and if she left, she had another girl with her. You know, you had your girlfriends with you. You didn't just do all that looseness going on. So that, and Laron is incredibly managed on a certain level. So this is just, it might truly be the kind of man he is, and we can go from there all the way to, okay, is this a problem where you've been, where you have abandonment issues, or you like someone so much, or you want something so bad that when you see anything come around that thing, you like, and that might be his personality, but not realizing that you communicating, you have an anger issue, maybe a way of dealing with something. I mean, there's, you know, but would I say that's enough to throw the baby out with the water? No. There are, on the flip side, and I'll stand by this, don't care. There are women, some of us, that understand this language, and some of us that find that attractive, some of us that find that whole, oh, he paying attention to me, this how he act. It's out there. So to me, I ain't just looking at her based off of the fact of, I ain't looking at LaRon and stoning him, even though he was out of line for saying bitch. But if we understand the context of how this word is being used, that if that's where his head is at, and if that's his default of reference for somebody that hurt his feelings, it's like there's so much to unpackage. And if she did tolerate that, or if they did move past that, then we can't take her off the block too. If we're gonna judge him, we gotta judge her and why she may be tolerant of such behavior. Just because she has her presentation of a person that comes off like, oh, I'm precious, don't touch me, I'm soft. It be them soft ones that be with it. So it's so much you could do. So that's where That's why I don't put too much gas on either side. I let the time tell it. Right now he fighting for his love in the streets, and everybody want to see what's going on
But,
with them too.
Based upon, I'm gonna tap it real quick. Based upon
Go ahead.
my age and having women that are attractive. If you're
Yes.
one,
Yes.
you already know. You got to be kind of confident in that, because if she go to the restroom, unless you escorting her and whatever, people gonna try to holler. They're gonna do what
That's
they do.
it.
If she give a number, I don't care. You got to be kind of you got to be,
Right.
you can't be insecure. I'm not saying Laron is insecure. I'm just saying.
Right. That's tender for him. That's the area. Right.
No, I don't know that. So my thing is, maybe he just has something in his past. Like, everybody got something. Obviously, that's why everybody they move. But certain men, as myself, if I go out with a young lady, she gonna be attractive, but to me, and so she's attractive to everybody else. So hey, you should be confident. And so maybe he probably was, some of that, you get some of that juice sometime, and he might say the wrong thing time. But if you're
let me take it a step further to you. Let me ask you a question direct, because I've been here in this situation. We've all dealt with it. Couples go out, you go out or whatever, and let's say somebody want to dance. You know what I'm saying? And, okay, some people are okay with their spouse because they go into the club in that environment. Some people ain't. They consider that to be a war. That's fighting words. What you mean dance with my leg? So for you, where's your line at? Like you're confident. Your self-esteem is there. Where's that line at? Like, okay, you chilling. She go get a drink at the bar. A conversation is going on. 3 minutes don't went by. Go. What's your thing?
We grew up too, and like I said, in our era, it was like girls do things. They go in packs. They go to restrooms together. They have sleepovers. They do girl things. So it's okay for girls. Yes. Hey, girls, you made some girl. Hey, come dance with us. Not no dude. We
right.
Not no dude. You can't dance with no dude. Not while I'm here.
Right.
I can talk to you because I trust you to know that you love me. But you might just talk to him. You're gonna be rude to him because you're professional and we're in a social atmosphere. You don't got to be rude. I'm with my dude. I'm with my ninja.
Right. You ain't got to be nasty with it. Right.
Man, yada, yada. Unless it was business. You don't know. She going to come explain it to you. But you ain't going to dance with no dude on no floor. We know what dancing is. I get to feel what you're doing. Back in the day, we used to see, that's how we used to know if you can do something. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So you can't dance with no man. And then with the girls don't do all that. They just dancing together, whatever they doing.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the boundary. It just depends, and you ain't gonna just because some people be drunk, different cultures,
right?
They just do that, but not with no man.
So how about that phone number? So for you, I'm asking for you not to necessarily weigh in on Laron's reaction, but just you as a man. You have that same. We all understand. We come from that wood. Okay, cool. You look over. She did go off with her girlfriends. Okay, you turn around. You have a couple more conversations with your man. Everybody, and you turn around and look up. You see that number exchange. What would you do? What as a man did that communicate to you to see that number exchange? Like, even though we understand what it would have been, but you ain't stupid. From 20 miles away, like how we can see 20 miles away, y'all you can feel because that's your person. So you look over there and you see this number exchange. What would Lamar do? How would that have been handled in your situation?
In my situation, I would wait
for you.
I just wait. Yeah, I seen it because you might not have seen it, but if you did, now I'm waiting. So I got the upper hand now. So I'm gonna wait to explain.
Yes.
Well, to yada yada yada. Because if you don't say nothing,
and now we know what's going on. Right.
Very clear.
See me? Okay, I'm just saying that's how I would have reacted. Yes.
If it's a business move, you're gonna tell me about it. If you just your kinfolk, your cousin from the family reunion or something.
Right. They might even bring them over. Right.
Yeah. Grandma told me you was coming out here. You don't know what's going on.
This my man. Right.
If you don't say nothing about it, it's enough said. See,
okay. Well, Smooth, you know what I'm saying? Listen now, Smooth. I couldn't wait to ask you this question because see, you international. You know what I'm saying? You deal with it all the time, and then you got a wonderful view. Even I know you do this too, Lamar, and I'm gonna ask you back on that too. As DJs, I know y'all seen this all the time, but Smooth as a woman, now you look up and you see this situation happen where a number get passed to, you know what I'm saying? Your man, don't, you know what I'm saying? put them numbers out. How would you know what I'm saying? How would you react to that? Would you feel the same, or do you think it would be the same reaction because we women? Or
if I do it, you talking about switching it?
yeah, like what if it was switched around? Like, are we holding a double standard because it's a female with it? Like I'm trying to fish it because that seemed to be the war right now. That seemed to be the trigger that set it off to where he said where he went.
If it's a girl, it's the feminine. It's feminine. Like that masculinity as a man, we don't want that. We're territorial, and so alpha males, and there's nothing wrong with a male, but we're just territorial. So it's more feminine. If it's a woman, exchange number, I still want to know. It was a friend. If you don't say nothing about it, you don't say nothing about it. It can go both ways. So it's like me. If I got a number, I saw somebody, she needed a wedding DJ, because I do business there, right? I've been so therefore, if it needs to be explained, but if we out here in this social, she might have seen that. So I'm gonna just let her know, just to build that trust, because you got to build trust. You don't just come because we connecting. Trust is something that takes a long time. Yeah, you don't want to chop that down. I trust you because I'm talking to you. I'm coming to your house because I trust you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm and every little nick, you ain't gonna tell me that you got to do nothing. I see nothing. I see you. I ain't gonna bring that up right now because I see you. Yeah.
So now, from my standpoint, I agree with everything that Lamar is saying, because as DJs, we see a lot. Some shit we don't want to see. It's some stuff I purposely go down in the DJ booth, look like I'm looking for a wire or something, because I don't want to see stuff. But from my standpoint, because I'm such a heavy advocate about communication, you know what I'm saying, and being a safe space for my partner, that I should be able to, like, if you see me getting a number, and it's not a clear. First of all, if you know me, off the rip, nobody's gonna get my number. Like if they trying to holler or whatever, it's very difficult to get my number because I just don't answer them. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? So if it's business, it'll be clearly shown. But if it's not clear, then my space should be safe enough to explain it to you on what the situation is, right? So that you have that assurance in me and trust for clear communication. You know what I'm saying? Because I speak English. I don't speak gotta. So I don't speak in assumptions. So you don't have to make any assumptions about what it is I'm doing or who I'm doing it with, because I'm gonna tell you, especially if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? However, I don't think that a whole blown out temper tantrum was warranted. Because I don't give a fuck about nobody calling me a bitch because I am. That shit don't bother me, because when you come for me, if you coming for me and trying to roast me, I'm gonna talk about your dead dog. So it doesn't matter to me. I have no filter. I don't care. You can't hurt me with words. You see, and just because I'm a little older don't mean I can't bust a 440 out of here. So don't get that twisted. I would jump in the Benz and speed off on you. But I think that I don't deal in overreactions. You see what I'm saying? If I don't give you cause to show your natural ass, then I don't feel like that was warranted. I don't care who she was talking to. She could have been talking to Sam. I don't give a damn what the premise was. Because if you care for, then you would take a breath and you would say, not in a club environment, you would wait and say, hey, you would communicate. That made me feel some type of way. But to just fuck that bitch, I don't do bitches, I get bitches. Who? What? Pause.
I think he might just.
You gotta use your words. That what you hurt me. You see what I'm saying? I feel like.
He might have expected what he did, and so his response is based off of maybe hurt. Like, that's messed up. I don't think that he probably was really like, oh, that bitch or nothing like that. I think he was just and maybe his word wasn't correct.
Not true. Not true. But I'm gonna let y'all
see because everybody, this is you know what I'm saying? Because it's tender topic because we already talked about the word.
Right.
And then you compound that with how people think about him and his presentation is what it has been on the show. But now when we apply it to a situation, it's hard for everybody to hear what we saying. We bringing some meat to it, like, okay, let's wrestle. And
No,
so
no,
it
no, no,
may be
no.
hard for some people to really hear
No,
it.
no, 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 no. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Everybody has a past. Everybody has been through some type of trauma, right?
Right.
Correct.
So I'm never gonna negate or downplay whatever he's going through, right? But here's the thing. So he said, I'm from New Jersey. So Maya sarcastically said, oh, it must be a north-south thing. It is not. That's a
Nah.
man-woman. That's a
That's
communication.
it.
It doesn't
That's
matter
it.
because I was stationed in New York. I've been to Georgia. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Texas.
Yeah.
However, I can still verbalize. I ain't like how you did that. Don't do that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The first thing we learn is how to talk. But as we get older, we then learn how to communicate. And we have to
Correct.
understand there's a distinction between the two. Just because you can open your mouth and words come out does not mean the person on the receiving end can receive what you're saying. Because if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, then you ought not be talking. Talking does not
So
equal
how
communication.
so
Communication
how
is an
you
interaction
think
of two individuals. And there's on the receive and send. Just like on your damn phone, you receive it because of what's being sent. So if it's not clear
so
on the sending end, it's not going to be clear on the receiving end. I don't give a
so
fuck what you.
when they had their conversation, how do you think that was successful? Do you think they were talking or communicating when they was having their Q&A about that evening? How do you feel
First of
about
all,
that?
but between the two of them, first of
Mm-hmm.
all, they already had a conversation. So this
Mm-hmm.
conversation that we saw that was televised was a forced conversation,
Right.
and you could see that that they both were over it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because from Laron's standpoint, I said what I said. Period. I said
That's
what
what
I
he
said.
said.
And you know what? And I appreciate that, right? Because he stand on what he said. Regardless of the delivery might have came out fucked up because the package is
Oh, but
pretty, but
yeah.
it's out of the box. You feel me? Shirt.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is that you cannot. Okay, she never said she was getting a number. From his standpoint, from his point of view, it looked like, from his perspective, it looked like somebody had their arms wrapped around her. She was in, getting numbers. But from her standpoint, it was somebody she met, she knew already, and she was greeting them, right? Okay, so before y'all even went out, there should have been a conversation. Listen, I know a lot of people in the city. I'm one of them. So you see me talking to somebody because as a DJ, I have these conversations. Listen, I'm a DJ. I'm a female DJ. I'm the only female DJ in Houston. So when I go into spots, people want to love on me. Don't get in your feelings because it's not more than what you
Mm-hmm.
think it is. Just being cordial. I'm maintaining my network, my business relationships. Clear communication. So when we go out and you see me, dancing and line dancing, and I'm in the DJ booth, I'm on the mic, I'm buzzing around, you won't get in your feelings because you already know where we at. So there's no miscommunication. So I feel like between the two of them, they should have had a conversation since that both of them have similar lives outside of the process. Meaning they both go out, they're both sociable people, right? So if I can't tell you that, and then but you know that underlying just because it didn't come out of her mouth, because y'all already had this conversation. So you were out of order for throwing a temper tantrum that you threw because you already knew what you
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking along that line. Like I
knew
wonder,
already.
because what I'm saying, like, some people say that and they be like, hey, this is just what I have going on, and then you get in the middle of the battlefield and they just have a raw reaction where they show their ass and it's like
Okay.
boom, and it's
Okay.
So
It's
I'm
my
wondering about
time.
that.
It's my time.
Look, welcome back, Monica.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for allowing me
Look,
to.
testing one,
I was on
two.
mute for
Yeah,
30 minutes. What you want?
I
get on the mic. Oh, boo,
I have
whatever.
I said
I
you
was
had us on mute for 30 minutes. What you want?
I was
You
eating.
Okay.
eat the food? I knew it. I told you. I know. I know.
See, that's why you came back smacking. You got me sitting up here being sober.
Okay.
Let me go get my coffee. Where my
Let,
coffee?
let, no, let me, because this is the end of the show, right? All right. So let me put my 2 cents in on
Nice.
this bish thing. Okay.
Be nice.
Story time.
Be
U
nice.
N I T
This has
Y.
nothing to do with how I may feel about any
You lying
individual.
already?
This has nothing to do with how I might feel about anyone. This is a story. Okay. Lamar, are you here? Everybody done took their face away when I get ready to have my story time.
I'm still here. Tell your story, baby.
I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here.
This is the story time. Back in the day, when my sweet, sweet, sweet grandmother, Miss Ma, God bless her soul, had her husband. Okay. And they have parties. Like they used to have. So I was told they used to have game parties. And she had friends in Louisiana, because that's where my grandma was, in New Orleans. And then when she moved to Mississippi, her friends would travel and they would have the weekend. Her husband and her friend and her husband, and they would come out to Mississippi and vice versa. They would go to New Orleans, whatever the case may be. This particular weekend, her friends came and spent the weekend with her and her man. And he asked my grandma something. And my grandma told him, well, you can get up and do it. Can't you get up and do it? I'm making a story short. And so my grandma went on about her business. But he said under his mouth, he said, oh, bitch. He did not know that my grandmother heard him. And my grandmother said, And she went on about the night. And they enjoyed and they played their games. Well, this was the second night. This was the Sunday night. They had been there since Friday. So they're about to leave and go back to New Orleans. So my grandma never stopped entertaining her guests. And the night went on until it was time to go. Well, the story was told to me by my grandmother. So I know it was a true story. My mama confirmed it. That later on, my grandma kind of disappeared. And they were still doing whatever they were doing, drinking and having a good time. Well, when these people, which was my grandmother's friends, got ready to leave, my grandma had a bag and she took the bag to the door. My grandma's husband say, Sweets, what's that? She said, your bag. He said, where I'm going? She said, with your friends. You know, the ones that you told that I was an old bitch to? He told her, quit playing with me. She said, nah, it's not a joke. She said, and when the next time you will see me, she said, you're going to wish that you could even just smell me before you leave this earth. She said, but you can't never, ever in your life look at me again. Because if you think that I'm a dog, she said, then you married to the wrong person. And she put that man out. And he had to go with his friends. When they called my grandmother, he called my grandmother and told her that I wanted to come home. She said, you remember what I told you? You can never come back here. Well, she never divorced him. When he died in New Orleans, they called him and said, Mark, Slim is dead. And they can't bury him without you. But he got an old lady that needs to bury him. My grandma took her and her sisters, and they went to New Orleans, dressed sharp as a tack. My grandma was a sassy, bougie lady. Dressed to the T. She went in the funeral home. No, I'm going to tell my story. I'll let y'all talk. She went to a funeral home, and she told that funeral home, she said, take that cheap ass suit off him. Told that lady, you're not welcome here. You're not his wife. Go home. Lady did. My grandma buried her husband, but she never, ever, ever. So my grandma told me, I was 13 years old. She said, go get the Bible. She said, go get the dictionary. I said, okay. She said, look up the word bitch. I said, okay. She said, read it to me. I read it, said female dog. She said, do you look like a female dog? I said, no, ma'am, I'm pretty. She said exactly that. If a man ever call you a bitch, she said, you leave him. So I'm saying this to say this. He has the mouth to call any woman a bitch. It's on his Twitter. Okay? We have receipts. He came on this with us and he called William a bitch, 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 bitch. He likes the word bitch. Okay? It's not right. When a sassy man acts up in front of people in the public eye, okay, you need to let that man grow into his manhood. Because first of all, ain't no grown man got no business cutting up in no public eye with no woman that is not his woman anyways. Less alone with his woman, but that's not his woman. And he knew that. They're not a couple. Okay? They are on a show and maybe was considering being a couple. Okay? She has friends in the city. She lives there. Okay? He just got to the city. Calm down. Stop being sassy and be a man. And then you will get you a woman. And I said it, and I'll say it again. Your mouth is filthy. Okay? Any man that addresses a woman with the word bitch. Now, I know I can be one. But you better let me call me one. Don't you let me hear you call me one. Because if you do, guess what? I ain't your woman no more. Because that's something that I know I'm not. Okay? I rarely use what I might say. I won't even call smooth. I'm going to say, bitch, girl, please. Tamash, I will. Because
bitch, please.
But see,
look, it's an attitude. It's a word. It could be. It's a noun. It's a person, place, thing.
Taking a certain way. Women, we do it. Now, the other night, me, Tamash, and Smooth, I'm telling the world this. I was at my mom's, okay? And we were sitting there talking shit all night. And I kept saying, bitch, please. Bitch, please. You know, my mom looked at me. She said, you got one more time. Now,
That's when you mama.
I'm finna be. But she did not even want me saying it to my homegirls. I said, Mom, that's how we talk. She said, but you know how we feel about that word. I had to stop saying it. Out of respect to my mama saying that she didn't want me to say it. No.
My bad. My bad. I'm say what
I did. Because my mama said it to me. Right? But the point of the matter is that when a man shows you who he is, when a woman shows you who she is, believe them. Okay, so I'm not saying that that young man is a bad man. I'm not saying that he's not capable of finding love. All I'm saying is that young man has a lot of growing to do.
Can they grow, Monica?
Question. You call me ignorant. You thought we didn't hear it, but we did. You have
excuse me. I have a correct. The word was ignorant. He called you ignorant, not ignorant.
Ignorant. You have a lot of growing to do to actually the suits and ties and the money. All that is good and dandy. All that is good and dandy.
You know how many men with money do this shit? That's the listen. Okay, I got a question,
finished, ma'am. I'm not finished. I'm leaving a message to the person that blocked me. Okay,
you're restricted. Block your ass now.
I'm restricted. All the suits and the ties and the money that a man can possess has nothing to do with the character. Okay? All right. So let's just get that understood. Your character and your personality is everything. Now you're on here on Facebook, on Instagram, talking about can we be together now? Don't let the show destroy that. Y'all probably would have been a good couple. But do you actually think that her family looking at this now, seeing that you call her a bitch, is okay with that? Do you
quick question? Can they repair from that? In your opinion, Monica, do you think that they could grow from here? That's what I was trying to ask you. Do you think they could grow from here?
On what type of woman she is.
Okay.
Now, all of a sudden, let's think about it. We don't know her growth because we really don't see her growth. All I see is her on the gram grinding. All I see her doing is doing her influence and getting her bag. That's all I see. She doesn't talk a lot. None of the women from this show have anything to say. So we don't know what kind of personality these ladies really have. Even when we went to the premiere, we did not really see their personalities because they didn't have a lot to say. They were just sitting there looking pretty. That's all they were doing. I appreciate that. Okay. But at the end of the day, these men on this show have showed us so much personality till they give us room to judge them. Okay, so now we're going about on what you have shown us. Now we know that this person that I'm speaking of likes to use the word bitch a lot. He told the young lady in the Twitter that I see you in Houston, and I bet you I'm better than any man that you ever have, you dumb ass bitch. That's what he said to her. It's right there for people to see. Okay, so that's not a good look at all. You
What's
talking to
down,
a
Lamar?
stranger,
You need the receipts. You
you know,
frowning. What's
so
up?
it's
You
not.
need the receipts.
I mean, I was
Look,
I'm looking. I'm just
It's
looking.
not.
I
It's
do
not.
have disrespect. I'm not frowning. And
But the point of the matter is that he
I'm
came
not saying
onto the
you wrong.
show and
I'm not saying
he just dismissed anything that we had to say on this show. He came on our show. We let him in the room. Okay. Out of me being a good hostess and me wanting him to say his side, we let him into our circle. And he came here and dismissed everything that we had to say. He called all type of names. He said all type of I mean, in front of women, like, because we're women, we're
on
grown
this
as
show.
women.
On this show.
Yes. He cussed, he
Oh,
called me
don't worry.
ignorant.
We got the footage. We just ain't dropped it yet.
I ain't dropped it
baby,
yet.
him, yeah, it got pretty
And
heated. Your bros, so yeah, your bros, both
no,
him and
hold
Will.
on, let me finish. And the thing of the matter is, I had much utmost respect for him because I thought that he was very, like, I liked his personality on the show. I thought that he wanted to have fun, and I had his back. And I said, you know what? He just wants somebody that can blend with him. And that's why I say Mia might have been good. Maya, she might have been good for him because she wants to have fun too. Then he came over here and cut a fool and acted up so bad till it hurt my little heart. I was like, well, wait, hold on, son. We just wanted you to tell your side. It's okay. Then I got blocked. Okay. I don't know why, because I'm just the messenger.
He
I'm just the
restricted. He didn't block you yet.
he,
But probably after
restricted
this, we're gonna get
no,
blocked.
I'm blocked. No, I'm blocked now. I'm blocked. I got blocked. So it's like I'm just a commentator. You know, I'm don't get mad with me. I'm non-biased. I don't have no side to this game, right? I'm on everybody's side. I just tell the story. So the point of the matter is now when he said to the producer, yeah, because I called her, that's what I said. Then I'm like, okay, you doing a lot to want a woman to respect you. That's what you're gonna teach your kids, to call women bitches. That's what you're gonna do. Like, that's not cool to be a businessman, to be a man of standards. Now all the internet knows that you call women bitches because now you've actually put it there for them to go and find. You can't take it away. Okay, because we see that you've called a random person that. Like, stop that. Don't do that. Like, you throwing a big shindig. That's what they call it. You throwing a big shindig. You want people to come out and support you. You want all these women to come out and support you. We want to support the black men. The reason why we start doing this show as commentators is to support the black people, because you guys are getting out there doing something that you never done before. Like, this is exciting to me to see you guys out there doing this, right? Other things, other doors open for that reason. You want us to support you and your brand, but you want to go and call your females your color, us.
But that's one person. But it's a lot of people involved in that brand.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Involved in that brand.
But guess what? No, Lamar, we cannot say that because that one person said it. I'm not calling out everybody. I'm calling out that one person.
I got you.
That one person said it. So when you standing by yourself with this, you're standing by yourself. Now, let me tell you something. What I did respect the little Maya young lady was when they went to the room with Tommy, she still had his back. She didn't even say what he said.
Cool
She didn't do that.
Yeah, she really
She
cool
did not.
She cool.
She did not do that. I respect her for saying that. But let's see why. Why her mama really didn't show up. Let's just be honest.
Listen. This what I'm gonna say, because I know how my mouth is. So I'm not gonna crucify somebody on how they talk, because my mouth is horrible and I don't care, right? Because I said what I said and I stand on all 10. So I get it. I just feel like, and I'm gonna continue to say, because his mouth comes out of emotion. He's very passionate when he's trying to get his point across, right? So sometimes when you encounter people that grew up unheard and unseen, right? When they become adults, then they have explosive moments. We don't know what his life was like before we saw him on this platform. So I'm not going to say, you know, he's a horrible person or whatever. I just feel like he may have some self-control issues, and we've seen like he's gotten out of pocket a couple of times on the show as well as on this show. And in all three of those, in the instances that I've seen him get out of pocket, he's been very emotional and trying to get his point across. So I say this is me. One, quit blocking people before you have a conversation with him. But I understand he's trying to protect his peace, because I'm a blocker as well. However, if you get me pissed off, I'm gonna be in your ass. I don't care how you feel about it. I said what I said. So maybe, you know, he needs to, gonna be kind of taboo. But when I was his age, I used to be like that. Like, I popped off first before we had the conversation. I had to learn how to communicate. That's not an innate ability that you're born with. You have to be taught how to communicate with another person. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that he's so passionate, he has to learn how to take a breath, organize his thoughts, and convey how he feels. So until he learns that, he's going to continue to explode. Because I used to be the same way. I used to just pop people. I mean, I went to jail quite a few times for assault, because I couldn't keep. You're not going to talk to me crazy and not think I'm not going to pop off at you. Now I can get you with my words rather than put my hands on you. My hands is the last resort, right?
Yeah.
So I'm giving him the grace that you only know what you know, and you don't know what you don't know. And he may not know how to compartmentalize his feelings and then transfer those feelings into words to where somebody else can understand. So his first action is to come at you, you know, and however it come out is however it come out. I'm not saying it's right and I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying he's going with what he's communicating the best way he knows how, and then leaves it to the other person to decipher what he's actually trying to convey. So I'm saying you should give him some grace.
Yeah, well, you can give him grace, and I'm gonna give him grace too. And I'm gonna say that he needs some growing. And I'm gonna say that because what's gonna happen is you're gonna get in a relationship and it's just gonna be toxic. You want the world to see you as a one type of man, but then in the back you're portraying to be another. So just be who you're gonna be. If that's who you're gonna be, you're gonna have filter mouth. You're gonna call women bitches.
You don't know who he's gonna be. He's only 31. He don't know yet.
But let me see what I got to say. If you going to be the bitch man worder, the word of the man of the bitch, bitch, that's what you're gonna be. Then make sure that you let your women know, hey, when I get mad, I cuts up, and I use the word bitch all the time. Do you have a problem with me calling you a bitch if I get mad with you? You need to ask these people these things, okay? That's what I would do if I was you. Now, if you
can I say one thing? I'm gonna be short and sweet, real quick. We were lied to as children when they said sticks and stones,
right,
break your bones, but words would never hurt you, and that's a lie.
It's a lie.
They lied to us, that little fairy tale, because words do hurt. They hurt. Words hurt.
And I'm gonna tell you something. And when we know better, we do better.
Word bitch, that hurt. You had a whole story. I'm listening to everything because words hurt. I'd rather you throw the stick and the stone, because I'll hear from that. But them words, and when you say that, it's hard to heal from.
And that's the thing is like when you're letting all of these other things affect your emotions, then that's when I say, hey, take a moment and figure it out. Figure yourself out. Do some growing before you say you're ready for a relationship. Before you say you're ready for love, you're definitely not ready for love. We know that. Maybe ready for lust, but not love. Ready to lie? Yes, that's what it may be. But let's get this straight.
What you said about me, I didn't go back and look at the other shows because you were going in.
Oh yeah, I
we throw your ass up too. We throw your ass up too.
Baby,
you know, we said that you just won't But that's all we just said. We just said
Okay,
now
all
we
right.
clearly
I said you were managed. I said
we
you was
said that
managed,
you was
and
grown. I said
that's
you
just
was
it.
I
grown.
said you was I said you was fast as hell. Is what I said.
We said you
Fast
was
as hell.
grown. But the point of the matter is that we we would not have formed these type of opinions if we didn't know all of it. And he has,
Yeah.
like I said, he came and brought it on to us. He brought us him. He let us know. He came straight in the thing. Boom, 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 boom. And then they was like, I'ma pull up. And then it was like, pull up, nigga, you a bitch ass nigga, nigga, bitch, 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 bitch. It was just
Look.
gone.
Yeah.
They did
They
too.
did that.
Baby,
Yeah, you'll see
baby,
when
that
we
beat
when
was dropping faster than
I
techno music. They
I'm
was
gonna
gone.
say,
thought
but
I
I'm
would have
gonna say
told you
this
about
as
that.
a but hold on, but I'm gonna say
Yeah.
this, and I'm gonna because I'll stand on what I said. I don't think
Thank
he's a
you.
bad person. I do think he's a misunderstood soul that has not been heard in his younger formative years. So when he transitioned into adulthood, and let me say that again, he was an unheard soul during his formative years, right? And if you don't understand, let me break that down to you. We don't know what his circumstances were to help him become who he is today. And I can tell by the way that he responds to certain things and certain situations, he does not have control of his emotions, which
Mm-mm.
then leads him to be reckless with his words,
Mm-hmm.
right? And when you find a person like that that is reckless with their words, that don't mean that they, and I hate calling men sassy. I hate that shit. I don't know where we got that from. I hate that shit because we don't use it right. We don't use it in the right
What
kind.
does
I don't
sassy
think he's
mean? DJ Smooth, what does sassy mean?
okay. So when women are calling the men sassy, it originally is supposed to point out female like behavior. It's not calling them,
It's not. Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
homosexual. Yeah, it's not directed towards their um sexual orientation, but it does say that some men do exhibit some feminine behaviors,
Behavior.
i.e. behaviors. Yeah. So I like if I see a man smoking hookah, I don't think that's sassy. I think a man that interjects himself between two women that are having a conversation, that's sassy.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that ain't for you. Them two women talking. What they got to do with you? You see what I'm saying? But the fact that in this particular instance, in this context, the way this man is expressing his displeasure with the situation, I don't find it sassy. I think he is overly emotional, which is okay, right?
Yeah, he
But
like her. He like her. Yeah, he like her.
no, no, but it's not about her. This not this
Mm-hmm.
this not even this is not what this is a circle back, right? Because he's exhibited this behavior prior to Maya being even a part of the equation. So we have
Mm-hmm.
to make that very
Yeah.
clear. Maya
He did.
was
He
not
did it
even,
with Corsair.
yeah, exactly. So
Mm-hmm.
and then he did it with a random stranger. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
On another platform. So we see a consistency with him losing his temper and being reckless with his responses.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about Maya at
Exactly.
all. Maya
It's
just
not.
happened to be Maya just happened to be collateral damage and when they went out to lava and she got to see what we already knew. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
She might
So
have
it's
known it,
not,
but she might have known it too, though.
I'm
she
sure.
might have known it too. However, but if then that's what I'm saying. If she knew, you know what I mean? Then what the hell y'all got this? That's why I understood because they already had a conversation about what happened at lava. Then you know what I mean, and then when he lied and said, "Well, I didn't call her a bitch," and then you got in green screen and the producer asked you, "Did you call her a bitch?" You said you did. That's a character flaw to me. Stand on what the
Very
hell
much.
you said. You called her a bitch, then
That's
you
right.
called her a bitch,
Yeah.
and you have your reasons as to such. That's what I'm saying. But I'm very
Mm-hmm.
careful with like if I'm coming at you, if I'm coming for you, if I'm roasting you, I'm not gonna call you sassy because you know what I mean. Because yeah, if we do that as women to demean the man, we want to hurt your feelings. Just like if you call us a bitch, that's supposed to hurt us, right? So I think we have to be very careful and conscious about our word choices when we are addressing certain situations. I don't like to call a man sassy. Because if I'm calling you sassy, I'm calling you for a reason, and I can identify said reasons why I'm calling you that. But I'm saying in this
Well,
particular situation, the way he cut up on this platform, unacceptable. The way he cut
very,
up on TV, unacceptable.
very.
And that is what I'm calling for his accountability on. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Act better, do better. You know what I mean? You don't. It's fine for you to be emotional, but we all trying to have a conversation of some form of civility. We get it. Y'all in beef. Y'all got beef. You beefed up with this other dude. That's fine. But we can't even get shit out. First, fuck that bitch. He a bitch ass nigga. Bitch, this bigger. Pause. Hold on. We's not what we. Hold on. We don't even know what the fuck going on. We don't even know. He didn't even say, "Hey, how y'all doing? I'm such and such." We didn't get none of that. We didn't get top of the day greeting.
He don't even know our names. He know now, but he
I mean,
didn't even know now.
Monica, would you like to go to New Beach with me?
What?
Me?
To a New Beach.
Yeah.
Me?
You on the money?
Let me tell you something, baby. If I show the world these new breasts that I got, baby, beach gonna shut down, baby.
Did she say new breasts? Oh my God.
Beach gonna shut down, baby. Beach is gonna shut down. They're gonna be like 49. Well, I'll be like, yeah, that's what I thought.
I agree with everything, man. I know I haven't talked much, and you did call. I am a co-host. It's not my interview. That's why I don't get it. None of that, man. You ask me what you want, but just to hear the perspectives. I didn't know that. I just learned a lot of things that I didn't know.
Yeah, and the thing about it is that
we know.
The thing of it is that I have no problem with him. I have no problem with nobody. I don't know these people. I want everybody on this show to take the platform and use it for what it was. I have great I have networked. I have great friends that I've formed through cast members from shows to shows, because everybody loves to come over here with me because they say I bring the love, and I do. I'm about the love. That's what I am about. I'm about the love. I want to see the love happen. I lost my husband. When I lost my husband, that changed my life forever, right? So love wins for me, right? So when he came over here and did all that rah-rah and then blocked me, he didn't even really get to know who I really was. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't about that I chose to help William or I was team William. It's that William came to me and me and William had a discussion. And I did something for a man that was truly wanted to get something out. I would have did the same for him as well. That's why I say, hey, you want to come on and tell your part? It didn't happen like that. So then I ended up getting blocked. So now the message that I want him to see, and I have an opportunity to tell him too. The point of it is, this is how I look at it with young men like him. I'm raising one, right? This is how I look at it. When you want to be seen and you want to be the it guy, okay? When you already got it, you don't have to really say nothing. All you got to do is walk in the room.
Yeah.
When you open your mouth and you're the it guy and the wrong stuff come out, then all of that value that we saw when you walked in, we was like, oh wait. And then you open your mouth and then all that trash and the shit come out. Then all of that value that you had when you walked in, that we gave you just by looking at you, your presence in the room just went out the door. And now you're nothing. You're nothing. You're nothing now, because now we just seeing you open your mouth with trash come out of it. So that it guy is no more. So what I'm trying to tell this young man is, when you already got it, just let it speak for itself. You ain't got to always say nothing. Just walk in the room and just let it happen.
A lot of people don't know how to do that, Monica. You
and that I understand that.
No. But I understand.
No.
Yes.
I got my reasons for being rough with him, because he disrespected me. And so now he gets the it from me.
But what I'm telling you is,
he's gonna get it until I get tired of giving it. Okay.
Well, I'm tired.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody deserves grace. And you
I'm giving him grace right now, because I'm giving him a message.
Well,
I could be just like you.
You ain't giving no mercy though.
I could be going really. I'm going to jab him until he comes and talks to me, and he don't never talk to me face to face.
See, a lot of this.
Every time I get it, every time I feel like I'm gonna give it to him, because I want him to understand that he's much better than that. He's much better.
Yeah.
Than that.
You said a key word. It. The it.
Yeah.
You said it. Everybody's it. That's the it factor for you. The it factor for you, DJ. The it factor for you. I call you T Money. I might have changed your name. I like to call you T Money.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna help you say it. It's all right.
And the it factor for me. What's my it? You know what I'm saying? Whatever the it is, that's your it, and it might not be it for you. That's capital I, capital E. Everybody got different its, and you know, it right. When you it, some people don't even know that they it, or they even know what they might not know.
That's why the message is coming out this way.
You know, this is a
that's what he did. I'm just backing on what you said. That basically, I do agree. I can't say that was Laron's issue because I don't know everything and how. But if it's consistent, it could be that he has it. But the it factor is an it for you. It for me is my it factor is maybe you just make some good ass pancakes. You know what I'm saying? And I like because you can cook.
Yeah.
I don't need nothing else from you because when I say pancakes, I mean cook. You know, obviously because
I got you.
You feel what I'm saying? So people take shit out of context. But what I'm saying is you can make some good pancakes. I just need you can cook, man. You got me food every day I go to work. That's the it for me.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. That's not what I'm saying. Let me
he's not gonna.
Let me clarify this for you guys in hood version.
Hang on, Monica. Let me defend you real quick. Hold on, Monica. Let me click. Wait, no, wait. I promise. Nobody's gonna follow nothing until I put this in here because it wasn't released. It wasn't in the air. Now, in just to put this medium in here, when Laron did come on, he was going 100, and he was bull-eye red at what he was doing. But there was so many things that he did not realize, and this is where she's coming from because. We do, you know, she does have a passion like we all do for the cast and success and all of that and everything, which is great. But and early on in the episodes, everybody was like, Laron, you know, the public, meaning everyone who's seeing the episodes was like Team Laron, until the layers started to come back from what we started to see. And when because I was present on this, when this was all happening. And I was there to be able to see how Monica interacted with this. And we both, especially her, was very apprehensive, reserved, really not trying to create no fires. She was truly wanting to make sure. And she asked this 4 times. Hey, are you sure? So, and it wasn't just off of, are you sure you want me to release this? Or you sure you want me to do this? And the fellow castmate, like yourself, your fellow castmate, I'm gonna just say it to you, your fellow castmate approached her with it and it took it to the board, and I'm listening. And so in his defense, as far as Laron, she was mindful of even his feelings, Maya's feelings, everyone's feelings. And so given what had been going on in the public as far as everyone team Laron and seeing him as a good guy and he, got a job, everything else, he's just trying to find young love, party boy, whatever. This that was getting ready to come out was going to hurt because this was gonna hit and blow up all of that. And she wanted to make sure before anything proceeded that the motives were checked. And I don't think that this is a lesson that, of course, once that show was over and we recap or talk about it in future, one of the things I told him myself, because I spoke to him afterwards for a couple hours, you have to recognize when people are fighting for you, and they don't have to tell you necessarily that they're fighting for you. You have people that are willing to defend your character, defend even your hope of what all of that without your permission. And she really did that by not being messy and by not releasing this just all like whatever. So for the fact that you guys don't know the blogger world, see, we get it. Y'all can say all day y'all wasn't on the show, but baby, you ain't in these streets, okay? Because when that show get released to the public, all that you guys formed, and I said this to every cast that I've dealt with, all that you guys formed, that kumbaya, that bubble land, all that stuff gets challenged as you guys watch episode by episode, watching yourselves on TV, watching things that you didn't see, the confessions you didn't hear, and some of these people looking you in your face telling you, bro, I didn't throw you under the bus, bro. But now it turns into a whole war when you see it for yourself. So it's a whole lot of stuff, and Monica was able to hold that at bay and be like, let me see what's going on. So when this got released, it really looked a certain way against her, but it wasn't. This was more, and he reacted, and next thing you know, there's a block.
He reacted
You
before
know,
thinking. He reacted.
Yeah, he
right? And you know what I'm
reacted.
saying, and it wasn't released, so nobody really knew in the public where this was coming
I
from.
didn't even
You know
know.
what I'm saying?
You don't even know what we talking about.
No, huh?
No.
You don't know what we talking about, do you?
Me?
Yeah, you know what? Do you know what we talking
I
about?
didn't know nothing about that. No.
So you don't know what we're talking about at all, though.
Wait, Monica. Wait, hit him offline with that because we haven't dropped it yet. So hit him
I'm green.
offline.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll tell you.
But
this
on
is
another note, so
Yeah, I came in
DJ
because
one,
yes, ma'am.
do you so you need the music? Need me to bring my laptop for April 5th because we
Man,
coming.
come out, man. Come on out, man. I actually, once you come out, I'm gonna be doing Horace out there in Watuga. They call it Watuga. Is it Watuga or Wataga? How they say it? Out there North Fort Worth. We doing Horace.
I'm not from Worth, nigga. I'm from Dallas.
I
don't
know.
know nothing about that country shit. Don't do that. That's like you from Mo City talking about some shit that's going on in Midtown. Don't do that.
Okay, but Houston, it's still Houston.
It's not. Don't do that. Okay, then let's do another comparison. That's like Spring of Acres Homes.
No.
Okay, great. Okay, great. So that I don't know what the hell that means. But you want me to bring my laptop or no?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do, and I really do. Yeah.
Okay, we can talk about that after. So we're closing. Y'all over here saving what's that?
Networking.
Saving Private Ryan.
Hey.
So, y'all over here saving Private Ryan from being ate up. But anyways, it's okay. It's okay. Miss Monica got
Nobody's saving him. We are giving you.
I'm gonna save some grace on you. I'm gonna save some grace. I just want you to do better. To do better with the things that you're saying out of your mouth when it's referring to women, period.
Or men.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? They can hold on, but at the end of the day,
I don't like weaponizing the word bitch anyway.
No.
You know what I'm saying? When you use certain words as weapons, I just, like I said, I feel like
as a weapon. That's right. And I really was disappointed. I wasn't even too much disappointed when he came on here because he was mad. I get that. I wasn't tripping on that. I probably would have been mad too. But I was real disappointed when I read the Twitter. And we have people follow. People are going to say what they want to say. And
can I ask you a question?
What?
So you I was looking at you. So you friends with April? That was on the show?
I'm not friends with anybody. I met April at the premiere. We took a picture together.
Yeah, I took a couple pictures together.
Yeah, I took a picture with her. Patrice, I took some pictures with her. She was just taking pictures. I didn't know. That was my first time meeting anybody.
But April's being kind of toxic, with some things saying after the show, even about me and some things that you had on your page.
That's the thing. I didn't even see anything that she said about anybody.
It was on your page, though. You were posted. Yeah, she did hashtag side two, all this. You trying to chop,
Who?
Yeah, you had it on your page.
Oh,
baby.
Hold on. Let's get something straight right now. I am going to say what I say. I'm going to say what I said again. I told you. You got ate up over here. I told you that. And then another thing is that I did not make the post. I have a social media manager that does my posting, and she chopped you up. Okay. So before I even seen the post, before I even
it's on a race or a reel or something. It's like, damn, still there. Like,
before I even see the post, my social media manager was already on it and posting, baby. She does not play. Okay. So at the moment, you were hot topic with Miss April because you came across Miss April. What did you say? Yeah, you got ate up. You got ate up. It ain't no shame.
I didn't chop Miss April up, man, but so many people chopped her up and wanted me to respond to a lot of things
And what did we just tell you? We said, when you first came in here, I said, I commend you for not coming on and doing all of this commentary back to the people. It is a show. You took it and you handled it like a man was supposed to. And I appreciate that. We told you we ate your ass up. It ain't no shame in the game. I told
I ain't eating them too bad. Ain't chew them up too bad. My thing, I'm gonna stand by you guys.
We didn't even chew you. You're right. We didn't even chew you up bad. We just talked about you and we moved on. We was like, he gone.
Two strong personalities, right? Two strong personalities.
Seen it yet? I ain't even seen it yet. So I'm gonna have to go watch it, and then I'm gonna come back.
I don't even think we even talked about you. Really,
I'm just messing with you. I'm really just playing.
Not too tough.
We hadn't even started doing reviews. We started doing reviews way after you was gone. You was gone at the beginning.
Before I came here and co-hosted your great show.
Way after you was gone.
No, I just
said about fourth week.
At the post, I was like, I know. Is she with April? April chopped me up. I'm like, did she just chop me up? What's this hashtag? Oh, you capping? Because my thing is, from where I'm from, anyways,
You gotta remember, I am girl. What's the tea? You can't take it personal from me.
No, it's not.
Let me tell you something. Now, let me tell you something. And I tell everybody this: I never ever make anything that I do, any show that I do, nor the women. I don't even have a panel. Like, I don't have a panel, right? That what you talking about? I don't have a panel. Me and Smooth met a long time ago. When we first started out, me and Tomas met since the Dallas. So we have became very, very, very close. Confidants. We are confidants. We talk to each other every day, 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day. Yeah. So they come on here to feed me energy, right? I never make it personal about anything unless it's something that I personally stand for. Like with Laron, it became personal because when he came on and he called me out my name, it became personal. It never was personal before that. Even when William brought me the information, it was nothing personal about Laron. It became personal when he came onto my platform and made it personal.
They don't like each other.
We know.
What's going on, Lamar? From your perspective, right?
I don't even know about Tomas accent there. You already know that.
I don't know. It should have been brought to the blogger.
I'm asking Lamar.
That's too much. That's too much.
We're gonna talk to you about that after, though. We told you.
Hold on. What you say, Lamar?
I said that was too personal, man, because I talked to both of them.
We're gonna talk about it after. We're gonna talk about it after. We're gonna talk about it after because it's real sensitive. And so therefore, I for being as sensitive as it is, I choose not to talk about it on the public because of the fact if that's the case, I can release it whenever I get ready to because I took it down. Right? So and I took it down, and I'm gonna tell you, just to be honest, I took it down. And then release it like I needed to, like I really like a blogger would have done, out of respect of that young man on how emotional he was about it. And I'm not talking about William. I'm talking about Laron. Okay, that's why I respected him for that because, like I say, I am about the love. I am not about. I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. I'm as simple as that. I don't do that. Okay, so that's when she the shooter. That's why I got her. She the shooter. See, she the shooter, not me. So I took it down because of that, and I have not released all of what we have because of that. So the point of the matter is, I took it personal when he came on to disrespecting my platform, and we asked him several times. Like Smooth had to really just kind of almost lose it because of that. And you can see how we roll. You see, you have fun with us.
I'm having fun. We're in the same place right now. We just chilling, and
that's how we do, and this is how we are all the time. We ain't, we just be chilling. That's just what we do. Now, I am also, and Smooth is well known. She has a career out here in Texas. She's well known. So her names mean a lot. Her name means a lot to her. Tomas is well known as an activist. Her name means a lot to her. I am an entrepreneur, had my own business since 2016, and now I am officially having my own podcast at Feeling Dairy starting May 9th. I am putting my name out there in different aspects, not just the blogging. So my name right now in this entertainment means a lot to me. Miss Monica is a lot to me. So I ain't gonna put my name on everything. I ain't finna talk about everything. I'm not gonna come out here and throw people's information on the blogs that I know that can't be taken down to diminish their character or their business. That's not me. I'm not here to tear down the women nor tear down the men. All right. So that's why I say I give him that message is that we see him. We see him doing big things. Him throwing this party is talked about. I know people. I know people from DC, Cass. I know people from Miami. I flew to Miami and interviewed in Miami because I'm the shit like that. Okay. I went and flew there and interviewed that Cass.
Come on, Monica. Let them know. Let them know.
That was my first interview. And I left Houston, got on a plane, and flew there. So therefore, I know people. I have made connections. So my name means a lot to me. So that's why I tell him we see him. He's doing good things. This party, people are talking about it. I have people call me and ask me about it. Right? So he don't know who I know. So I just need for him to understand he don't have to have a mouth like that. Because he better than that. I don't see him being no type of abusive man. I don't see that in him. But if the liquor is playing a part in the way you act, then I don't know about this party because y'all might not need to give him on the drink.
I don't do that, Miss Mike. Don't do that because we want you to come out because it's not just his party. That's all.
But that's what I'm saying though.
Yeah, so it's
what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that when I look at it like that, me being a woman that I am, to move the way that I move, see, me Smooth to my see, we move different. We not the same, but when we come together, we make a connection. We make that triangle because we classy women, but we still different. And if we're gonna pop up in the place, we're gonna pop up in that motherfucker. I'm telling you, I'm gonna pop up. Now, if I have to pop a bitch, I will. Don't get me wrong.
Monica.
Let me finish what I gotta say.
Because you getting you.
So therefore.
That interview that must have been very heated because it
was very, and we didn't get a chance to say anything. And so that's why every time we review, it comes up because we never got to say anything. Like literally, we never said. She talked more than anybody, but that's because she forcefully did. And then I had to mute him. I had to mute both of them because they weren't here together. William and they was here together.
Oh,
so
I yeah, both of them. But see, the problem was okay.
Oh, got live.
I have a problem with I don't act. Okay, let me back up. So I have a disability, right? Mental disability. So disrespect of any sort, especially when it's my family and friends, or unnecessary disrespect. Provokes a reaction out of me, and I try to stay calm because I've gone the three phases of anger management, and I failed all three. So out of the three of us, I'm the most stupid, but I get a check for it, right? So when Monica brought them on initially, because we were prepared, all three of us were prepared, but we weren't. We really weren't prepared because our interaction with William was very subdued. It was very. We could get we understood where he was coming from, and then we brought on the Tasmanian devil, and like I said, we didn't even get the greeting of the day because he immediately came on in defense mode, but he wasn't talking to us, he was talking to William, right? So initially it's two men going back and forth. I'm gonna let you have that, right?
It was horrible.
Trying to get her point across.
I hate popcorn.
You ain't trying to give her a sliver. You just blah, 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 blah. And then you say the girl ignorant. Hold on, my nigga. Now all that corporate shit that I know, that shit out the door. Hold on, my nigga. What you talking to? We're not doing that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, it was a bit much, but we're gonna tell you about it in a minute. Just say when we end the live, we'll tell you about it. But as like I was saying before we close, as a respect to him, he was emotional about it. I understand it. I just want him to understand that I forgive you. Okay, even before you say you sorry, I forgive you. He ain't apologize. He blocked me.
He can still apologize.
But the part of the matter is that I want to see him win because I see him doing good things. I see him doing big things. I want him to be able to do other things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I told William, if you're not using a platform to build your brand, then you're crazy. then you crazy. Like you crazy. When the heat is on you and they looking, that's when you take it and you ignition, you move, you do what you need to do with yourself. Don't just go on this show for a waste of time. We know y'all ain't found no love, but at least do something with it, right? Do something with it. And so I see him moving. I see him doing things, but don't let that. We can say all the time, oh, it's just a show. No, you're doing this outside of the show. And that's the part that disturbs me. It's like, okay, you need to fix this right now, because I can just say, okay, he did that for the show. It's okay. But no, when you start taking it outside the show and doing it here and there, and the way that he talked to that lady in that Twitter was very disturbing to me. And I didn't like that.
For those that are secretly watching the chat, make sure you like and subscribe to She Live TV and Girl What's the Tea.
So therefore is that I just want him to understand that I like him. I think he's a cool dude. I think him and Maya would have worked out together, but I don't like the way that his mouth is, and I want for him to. He a man, so he ain't got to do nothing. But just go back and look at these things, and then think about, was it right? That's just what I'll say. I'll put it like that. Go back and look at all the things that you have said and done, and then ask yourself, was this the right move? Would you like yourself? Would you
your mother sister like that?
Would you want somebody to date you? Like, would you want to date you if you was you? Like me, I'll fuck myself if I could.
Monica.
Would you want to do that? I'm just saying. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, though. You said that all on TV right there.
But you get what I'm saying. It's a point. It's a point I'm trying to make.
I'm not even gonna comment right now, because if I say some shit like that, you'll be muting me like it, man.
Would you though? Would you? I'm just saying. Like,
I wouldn't date myself because I'm difficult.
I love myself. I would. I'm a Gemini. It'd be 4 of us, so I'm cool with it.
I do not like nobody like
okay. It'd be 4 of us.
Like it's like I would never get along because I'm gonna always have some smart. So
gotta be and you said so until you guys are being honest. Now, so that's what I'm saying. So let's just be honest about it. Let's make it make sense. Get it together. Somebody will. Now, and that's another point. Somebody will. Therefore, just make sure that if that's your unique you and yourself, then that's fine. Because I don't have to deal with it. I'm not gonna date him. He's too young for me, anyways. But I don't have to deal with it. But another woman probably would. But I'm just saying, it is what it is. So at the end of the day, we've been on here a good little time, like always, 2 hours. Okay. 2 hours
with a lot of extra phlegm in your throat. I don't like that.
2 hours. All right, so let me get my spiel.
And you had a lunch break. You absolutely right. And your lunch break.
And your lunch break. Okay. Exactly.
I'm gonna let everybody go around and say their goodbyes, and then I'll get my spiel at the end. Smooth.
Well, I gotta be first.
Oh,
okay. Anyway. No, damn that. You call my name now.
Okay, I was gonna say let her go. You call her name. That woman go. That's smooth.
Yeah, because Tamaj, I know you got a lot to say. Anyway, Lamar / DJ Chosen One. It was a blessing talking to you. Hopefully, you could join us again because your insight is definitely enlightening and welcoming. Next time we're gonna need to read you up on some shit because it's clearly some shit you don't know. So you have more input. So because we can't have you talking with us and being green. We can't have that. We can't have no Androids in an iPhone conversation. You understand?
I got you. Solid.
But I already sent you a DM on some DJ shit. Just hit me up. And fuck all the stupid people. Period.
Very clear.
1 in a million.
I enjoyed our dialogue as we always do. And I can't wait till we get to reunion. And of course, I can't wait to see everybody at the function. And I'm gonna just wait to save all of my Q&As until after when we speak to Lamar, because I'm curious about what he. I'm so sorry.
I told you.
I spilled my phone. I'm so sorry, Lamar. I just...
No problem.
How you steal your phone, bro?
no, really, I'm a clown. Anybody that know me, baby, I like to have fun. I had to do it. But no, look, I love it, everybody. Y'all make sure we keep this thing supported and everything. And that's all I have to say about that. You
That's
know.
what your ass get, bro. You see what I'm talking about?
I know, Lamar.
I dropped the phone. I dropped the phone.
Tell us about what you guys got going on.
Drop the phone in the right place, and that's okay.
You know what I called.
It's like
That's all I needed you to know.
If you fall for what she's selling, you goofy too. We not doing that.
Okay,
But baby, you ain't even bought my tickets. You ain't even been to my store, so you can't talk about what I'm selling.
Let Lamar talk. Lamar, go ahead and tell us what you got going on.
I appreciate you allowing me to come on your platform, just to be a part of amongst queens, entrepreneurs. I love that. That's why I do a lot of listening. And I'm a talker. I'm a talk, you know, and I won't say I have an it for whoever it may be. But when I walk in the room, yeah, it's hard for me to sit down, but I like to listen to intelligence. You know, there's a difference between being smart and being intelligent. You know, it's ability to learn and apply what you've learned. And so I listen. I love to hear Black queens speak upon things and not be negative on things. But when you're disrespected, you've been disrespected. And like you said, I didn't get all the scoop, all the tea. So that's why I ain't speaking. I can't speak on certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I can say I thank you for the opportunity to be here and be on your platform and bless you, my sister. Very beautiful, you know, and you're doing your thing. Yeah, you're doing your thing. And I tell you this, man, I am DJ Chosen One. I do my thing and hey, DJ Smooth, we're gonna link up off this live. I'm telling you, it's a lot, you know. When you're doing the business, you gotta put in work, man. It's rise and grind. Yeah, it's not rise and shine all the time. It's rise and grind. Then you shine. You feel me? So thank you for the opportunity. And many more to come. I would love that. Hey, and I'm speaking out my side too.
Oh my God. Okay, y'all don't leave when I struggle. Y'all stay here. Okay, let me say my spiel. I want to thank our I guess we can bring you back next Sunday. That's the last end of the show. Come on back next Sunday, 8:15.
Yeah, because then we got the reunion. So make sure you come out to the reunion party, correct? It ain't one person's party. We all gonna be in the building.
April 5th?
Yes.
You actually thought, wait a minute. You actually thought we wasn't coming. We got the VIP spot. You I tell you, when we roll. We don't play.
Hey, Q&A, man, I'm in there. I better be the first one. What's up? Let's talk. T.
We coming. Just say we gonna be there. We gonna have our Q&A.
Now I'm looking forward to it now.
We gonna be there, baby.
We gonna be there.
Huh?
Laron didn't tell you we was coming?
No, I mean, I don't know. No, because, you know, only one person can see all RSVPs and all that. So we gotta just trust Laron on that. You can't get too many access to Eventbrite and things of that nature. So you gotta have one guy getting it done and everybody else do their part, you know. And so he,
we bought the second VIP table out of the two. So
I know that now, and y'all better make sure you come. You might be blocked on a platform, but you ain't blocked to this party.
You think we go? Do you think you think we got VIP and we ain't gonna show up? We coming.
I got you VIP if you showed up. I got you VIP.
We got it. We in there. So
like
with that being said,
in there like swimwear, huh? Let's go.
We're gonna be in there. So with that being said, Miss Monica podcast has dropped on our podcast for She Lied TV presents Cocktails and Conversations. It also is on the YouTube. All right, so you guys want to go check out that episode. That is what I've been working on. I'm super excited. And I can go ahead and say the secret that I will be having, my podcast will be live on Thursday, starting May 9th at Phil and Derek. Anybody in Houston, come out. I'll let you guys know when it drops in the Eventbrite. Tickets will be, VIP tables will be open. And also, that is my birthday. My exact birthday is the premiere podcast. So I want everybody to show up. I got some Ready to Love people popping in to help me celebrate my birthday. Hopefully, Lamar can come in and pop in too, since
he's back home. I'll come back in.
Come back and do something.
Birthday is 420. So what's up?
What's up?
We're gonna be
My birthday 420.
her birthday coming up.
Look at him sit back. Hit me later.
Yeah.
I already know.
We'll talk offline.
Okay, so all right. So with that being said, look out for She Live TV. If you're not following it, follow it now. But all information will also go on Girl What's the Tea for the upcoming event. I'm super excited about that. And yeah, thank you guys for the support. I know I haven't been that consistent, but that's because I've been doing a lot of work on trying to get the brand better and bigger and better. And so yeah, so we're getting there. So thank you guys. We will see you guys next Sunday. Right here, 8:15. Lamar said he's coming back, and then we will be on site at the party.
Oh,
for
indeed.
the reunion in Dallas with Lamar and his crew. We're gonna be in there looking good. So of course I probably will go live here and there. So hey, check it out. You know, we're gonna be doing our thing.
Anybody selectively unhygienic, don't come.
What? What?
She basically said take a shower.
She want that thing smelling like bubbles, okay?
Because everybody don't use the right soap. So just if you
Depends on the soap. Do you find the right soap?
You know, you gotta wash the time olive. It's okay, but just don't come.
Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Girl, what's the tea? Sip, sip, and repeat. We out.
Hello, it's your girl. What's the tea? Let's talk about